This is your brother Gabar coming to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx. This is IAMFITPodcast. Thank you for joining me. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. So I'm pissed. Andrew Tate is arrested on human trafficking again. Now, many of you guys may not know that, Andrew, a while back, he got raided. There was a report that came from the United States that he had somebody hostage. Now he got clear of those allegations. This is going back to, I think, maybe like 2000, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 11. I'm not sure. This is before he became famous. Now, what came out of the story is that the reason why he was raided, and then that circulated for a while, and I think he sued somebody. We're going to go into that in a few minutes. I'm going to show some videos. Because I kept repeating he's a sex trafficker. Now, the real story was that his brother, Andrew Tate's brother, which is Tristan Tate, he was flirting with a model and a Instagram model, I believe. And I think she was a news anchor or something. I don't remember, but I know she was definitely an Instagram model. And he flew in to see him. Now, that model, the Instagram model, had a boyfriend. But she didn't tell the boyfriend that she was having a rendezvous with his brother, Tristan Tate. This all came out. And because it was her boyfriend who called the embassy and say, hey, Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate or my girlfriend has been kidnapped. And I believe she's with these guys, the Tate brothers. Now, the reason why he called the authority is that he was calling her and she was not picking up, and she finally picked up and she would say, well, I'm in a photo shoot, I can't leave, they're not letting me leave. So he took that as that she's being kidnapped. But she was not in a photo shoot. She was in a yacht with Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate's brother, Tristan Tate, having an affair on her boyfriend. And it all came out, and he got raided. They was able to see that she left the premises on her own. They actually found her a video on her on the train station or train station with his brother walking to her, whatever they were going, and then she got found. So did it happen again? Did somebody set him up again? I don't know. Or there's something else that we need to have a conversation about what's going on with Andrew Tate. I think he's being set up. I think this is all set up. That's what I think. I think this is all set up, and to set him up, we're going to show 2 videos, maybe 3, on the actual raid, and some reports on the matter. This is just broke. This is just broke. Brand new. Andrew Tate arrested. Fair use.
Controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are arrested in Romania as part of a human trafficking probe. News broke late Thursday evening by BNO News that the pair were arrested on December 29th. Now, this news comes just hours after Tate made waves with climate activist Greta Thunberg going back and forth on Twitter about carbon dioxide emitting cars. Tate, who had previously been kicked off social media platforms for so-called misogyny and hateful ideations, had also made news last month. As Long Crime Network's Sidebar reported, he sued YouTuber Ethan Klein after Klein called him a...
Right. So Ethan Klein is this.
Ideations have also
this.
made news last month. As Long Crime Network's Sidebar reported, he sued YouTuber Ethan Klein.
Yeah, so he sued this guy, I think last year, because he kept reporting as if Andrew Tate got convicted of sex trafficking with that thing that happened a few years ago. This is going back maybe 9, maybe 8 years ago. I don't remember. So that is not related to this. This is fair. This is a new arrest that has nothing to do with the old one, because a friend of mine called me today and he was like, Andrew Tate got arrested. Oh, no, that's old news. No, this is new news. So the old news, it was this guy spreading the rumor that he got arrested for trafficking women. So it's kind of now we all know that was all fake because it all came out. He actually sued this guy and some few other people because it was proven that it was the woman was not kidnapped. It was the boyfriend who did a video. Who called the embassy to say, "Hey, my girlfriend is being kidnapped," or he thinks she was being kidnapped, but she was having an affair. And so this is very provable. Now this is a new allegation, which is very concerning. But this guy was being sued by Tate last year in regards for the incident that happened a few years ago with Tristan Tate's brother.
After Klein called him a sex trafficker. Now, at the time, Tate's attorneys sent Klein a cease and desist order. Some reports now say Romanian officials used Tate's social media to confirm he was in their country before his arrest. We're still learning new details in this case and will continue to bring you the latest developments as they come in. Reporting for Long Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
All right, let me show you guys another video real quick.
Greta Thunberg is clapping back at Andrew Tate with a blistering tweet after he boasted to her about his car emissions. The 19-year-old environmental activist went viral on...
Okay, well, she's much older now. They're showing an old picture of her when she was like 14, 15. She's 19. She's a grown woman. Just to get the proper context.
Twitter on Wednesday after landing a quip against the controversy-ridden media personality. Andrew sparked their Twitter feud the day prior when he shared a photo of himself filling up his luxury car with gas and wrote, "Hello at Greta Thunberg, I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8L quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizione have 6.5L V12S. This is just the start. Please provide your email so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions." The next day, Greta zinged back, saying, "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smallenergy@getalife.com. He followed up with a video response.
I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. And then, because I called her out on it, the global Matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small in her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson.
Andrew's Twitter beef with Greta comes more than 4 months after he was banned from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. The decision came amid an online campaign to deplatform him for content many have slammed as misogynistic. Greta has yet to respond to his latest video.
I don't know. I think something's going on. I don't want to come across as a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to come across as someone who is overthinking stuff. Is there a connection here? If do I have reason to be concerned here with my boy Andrew Tate? Because I think, me personally, Andrew Tate, in a weird way, correct me if I'm wrong, call me if you disagreed, If people also, I also got the Zoom. People want to come in and go through Zoom. I got the link below in the description if you guys want to have a conversation. Or call me at 267-358-0879. So let me ask you guys a question. Okay, I got a caller. Let's see who is calling. Boom. All right, I think we have Brother Tate.
What's going on, brother?
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on with you, Captain?
Hey, man.
I thought you said
their propaganda is working.
Okay, so what's going on? What is your take, and why they taking out Andrew Tate out? You think I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused.
Oh, come on, man. It's simple. You know, those who understand, Christ said to be in the world, but not of the world. He even thanked his Father, you know what I mean? One of his last words for, you know, enlightening the meek of the earth, right? And not the knowledgeable, per se, of the earth. So even the propaganda that even Andrew Tate is speaking on, like the Matrix situation, is working right now, because even right now, like I'm supposed to be off, you know, working right now, infused in what it is that I'm supposed to be doing and taking care of, keeping my head, nose down to the ground and taking care of my business. But because this information is broke, and we spoke about it earlier before you decided to go live, it's kind of taking from what would have you been doing right now had this information had not broke?
What would he be doing right now, Andrew Tate?
What would you be doing
what
right
would
now?
I be doing?
No, what would everybody that's listening in right now be doing if this information had not broken just now? Wow, you know, we're taking out our time.
It's a good question.
You know, we should be dealing with our day-to-day lives.
Well, you know, well, today I was struggling what topic I wanted to talk about. So I was getting for the show. And this broke. I said, I'm going to run with this. I was speaking to Joshua, my friend Joshua, and he was going out with his friend tonight, and I think his family and his wife or something. They were doing something. They was like, yo, Andrew Tate. And I mentioned something about Andrew Tate, and he said, yeah, Tate got arrested. And I said, no, that's old. That's old. And simultaneously, while he was talking to me, P was sending me some other stuff I noticed, and he sent me a bunch of stuff that he got. I was like, what's going on? Is this true? Yeah. So I called PJ, and he said, yeah, he got arrested. And I was like, yo, what's going on here? For the same thing, trafficking. Because, you know, I was telling the story before you call that he got raided before, a few years back, 8, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know if you know this. His brother, Tristan, was having an affair with a...
yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, so... Yeah. And the boyfriend called, and and what people need to understand, even if an American calls an embassy that an American is being kidnapped, they take that seriously, even if it's a mistake. Mm-hmm. They have to check, and they found out she was fine, you know, but the news ran with it, and it took a while, you know, for Andrew Tate to kind of explain that, because I saw him some few shows that he explained in great detail on what happened, right?
Right.
So that kind of went away for a while, and then now this happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it related? Is it not? Is it a setup?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to be careful. You know. So the agenda, we understand that. Like, what's the agenda that's going on right now? So we understand that men are being effeminated, right? And we understand that women are being emasculated. And what's also happening is, because of the two that's going on, that men and women are starting to hate one another, which is an absolute atrocity, which is what Satan wants to happen. So we have to be more even kilter and deal with the scriptures and understand that we're living in this world. That's why Christ says to be in the world, but not of the world. Because as soon as you're drawn into these things, we're driven. Why? Because emotionally, we are emotionally driven creatures, as well as we are creatures of habit. It's absolutely true. Now, what habits those are, that whatever habits that they are that you're engaged in will basically befit whether you are a person of substance or not. Yeah. So you can be right. So all I'm saying is that's really what it's coming down to. And I'm gonna be honest with you. China recently opened their borders. The new Omicron variant has come out. They say 18% of Chinese citizens have been infected by this new Omicron, but they've reopened their borders. It seems to me that this whole thing is going on again, and we have to understand. I think China has a population of like 1.4 billion people. 10% of 1.4 billion is 140 million people. That's 10%. If they're at 18%, let's double that. That would be 26. So it'd be somewhere around. You're talking about somewhere around 220 million people hopping on planes. That I think that they're going to blame this thing on China all over again, when I actually really think it's behind something else. That was an experiment that a whole lot of people dealt with for the past 2.5 years, and now it's gone away. Quiet, hush, hush. I'm just saying. I think we have at the greatest a year and a half out, and this whole Andrew Tate situation that's coming out is it's just trying to quiet people down. It's trying to get the Lion of Judah, who are once young cubs, right, that are coming into their manhood, understanding their true value and strength that they have, even the strength and value that we have, even coming to see, like, you know what, we don't have to be against women. Women are our counterparts. We're nothing without them. They're nothing without us. We are a unit, and that's what we have to remember. We have to first lead with the law, statutes, commandments, the principalities and principles, morals and values associated with why things were in the first place. The same reason why you want to take care of a baby, the same reason why you see a dog, a little puppy, and you want to cuddle it, the same reason why you see someone in trouble or in an adverse situation, and your first instinct is to go out and reach out and help. Before this thing becomes something that is cold and we are no longer looking to one another, and even children are even calling in on their parents and having them arrested, whatever the case may be, and of course that's in the near future, I think that this is all like a cataclysm. I think it's a domino effect that's building up.
Yeah.
Anybody that is outside of the agenda, we have to go against. So I think that's what the whole Andrew Tate situation is about.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think, like, okay, what would we be doing if Andrew Tate would not have gotten arrested? This would not get out, right? Come out, or that would have happened. You're right? We will probably be going about our very lives. But I think him getting arrested, and we don't know what's the reason why, right? We don't know. We can all speculate.
Human trafficking.
Right.
That's the allegation.
Yeah, I mean, that's the allegation, but but we don't know. I don't believe it. I could be wrong. Why a guy needs to traffic why would somebody would do that in Andrew Tate's position? It's asinine for us to think that. He's worth
$400 million. He's handsome. He's tall. He's strapping. He's well-spoken. He's articulate. Right?
Yeah. Like, come on, right? So at this point, are they getting? Is this? If he's clearly gonna survive this. He's probably out by now. He's probably gonna have a video next week, or next morning, tonight, probably. Who knows? First thing back to morning, explaining his version. Is leaving. It's like this: if they don't kill this guy or arrest him and set him up, if they set him up and he's out and he doesn't get out, wow, I guess the Illuminati is that strong. I don't know, right?
Well, all you need are witnesses, right? So don't forget when Christ, he told his disciples that, the Son of Christ shall go before the governors, right, and the Pharisees and Sadducees, and will be spat on and will be ridiculed and lied upon. And we also understand that there were false witnesses that came to the court, the quickened court, if you will, that were spewing nothing but fallacies about him. So that's the way that the world works today, unfortunately, especially in a TikTok world, a Twitter world where it's all about running with the story before we are able to garner what the absolute intricacies of the story were, because that's what investigations are for. It takes time. But people hop on things.
TC, let me read some of the comments here. So we got brother TC. Yeah. Shout out to brother TC. He always support, right? He said, "Was Tate a plant to help separate men and women? Question mark. Legit 1611 says Tate is not a plant. So there's a disagreement in the comment chat. So, because let's talk about it, right? You had Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, behind the scene, a lot of people may not know this, he was helping a lot of couples. He was helping a lot of women.
Right.
There was a lot of women telling him, thank you, Kevin, for saving my marriage. Right? And then he passed away. Then Andrew Tate, boom, popped up out of nowhere. Matter of fact, I remember calling you or texting you and say, yo, I found the new Kevin Samuels. Remember that? Matter of fact, I did a show about it.
I remember that. I do remember
I did a show about this.
I remember it clear as day. Yeah.
So this is scary. If this either is going to strengthen Andrew Tate and make him more powerful, because it's like if he survives this, right, he's going to become more popular. Mm-hmm. And we're coming into the new year, 2023, so-called. And you know what Mr. Paul, Logan Paul said? That Andrew Tate would not be a member in 2023. He actually made a bet. And I think he's about to lose that bet. Because we're going to be talking about Andrew Tate for a few weeks, at least a month, a few weeks into the new year. This is juicy. I'm looking for what he's going to say next. And if this thing goes to trial, we're going to be probably talking about Andrew Tate around 2024, baby. And maybe this is all connected to Trump, right? It says Jose Reyes, of course, it says he is a Muslim. He he's the new Trump. People always need a voice. So, yeah, I mean, people are like loving this guy. Men are loving this guy. Some women are loving him. Some women are hating him. But, and what I'm saying is, by messing with this guy, they're not making him stronger. Because we would not be talking about him if they were not messing with him. Okay, what? There's an explosion back there, Trent. You all right? What's going on over there? I'm like,
I didn't know if you heard it. Yeah, no, I stay near the stadium, and as the first comes up, man, there are a lot of festivities that are going on. But yeah, that kind of sounds like an M80 a little bit.
That sounded like an explosion right there. That was like, you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. I stay high up in a high building, man. I'm overlooking the city, so anything goes on, it like resonates between the buildings, right? Like, so it's kind of, yeah. But no, everything's fine.
And if people want to call in, do me a favor, text me first, please. Let's go back to the old school when we did it before. Text me your name, what city you're from, and then you say, I want to call in, and then I'll bring you in. So,
but
I don't know, man.
I'll also say this,
Go ahead.
Well, let me say this too. When it comes to Andrew Tate, like, I will be honest. Like, I feel like, let me take that back. I understand, and I think I got it. Like, we have to remove ourselves from these whole feeling things. But Andrew Tate, a lot of the things that he does say is like on the up and up, right?
Yeah.
However, you'll be castigated for the 2% that you say wrong. And we have to understand that women and men are both equally needed, right? Remember I told you we had a little joke. I was like, man, boredom sucks. Like being lonely is hard, man. God was right. We kind of chuckled about it when we were talking on the phone a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It's true, man. So, like, let's be honest, man. This whole thing, and I understand men going God's way and all this stuff. Like, okay, there's a place for it. But let's be honest. Who would we be without women? And who would women be without us? The real thing is to be able to utilize, understand that there's a beauty and there's a difference between us two, but us two twain become something extremely beautiful. And these are the things that we need to think about. Because if any one of if any one of the components were lost, we would be lost. We would be done. So that's the thing that's most important.
Yeah.
So we need, like, I understand where Andrew Tate is coming from, and he brings some good insight. He brings some decent insight. However, we have to understand, yes, work on yourself, become, more consistent discipline. These are great intricacies to be able to have, but there's nothing greater than having, the beauty of a woman who knows who she is, with her lightheartedness, with her even with her consistency, dealing with the Most High God to even chin check us as men sometimes. Because I even say when my wife was alive, man, a lot of times what garnered me back to the Most High was she was checking me of the very things that I taught her previously.
Yeah.
She was a quiet storm reminder of those things. I was like, you know what, love, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
get
listen.
back into the mix of things.
Let me say this. Your conversations I have had with you about men hating women and women hating men has hesitated me to go back to the birds of the bees or the fight
dating market
of the dating
market. Yeah.
because that's that was popping for a long time around Andrew Tate, or because you had Kevin Samuels, that was popping. Then you have Andrew Tate, then I think Kanye he derailed us with the Jewish thing for a little bit, right? And then after a while that kind of died down for a little bit. And Andrew Tate started popping up back again, and the algorithm, if you will, of the birds and the bees began to come back, and Andrew Tate began to come back, and conversation about bad women doing bad things in America began to resurface. But my hesitation, me jumping in that bandwagon, has been you having that conversation with me in the past of like, yo, we could end up hating women. And I'm a type of guy that, me, I'm a firecracker. I come in, I come hard, but, and I think certain things need to be said and discussed, but I think you're right, because like prior to this Kanye West or Ye thing, I know he has to be called Ye, that's all you saw in social media. Bad women doing bad things, and look what these bad women are doing. We have to go back to our old values. Women need to learn to go back to their old values, right? That's been the theme. Yeah. And now obviously it's going to get back to in the forefront once this Andrew Tate thing, it's clearly he's going to be talking about it. Look, it's like proving the conspiracy theorists right. He actually said, if I go down, I'm either going to get arrested or get killed. Yeah, he said that a few weeks ago. Right. And boom, now he got arrested.
Yeah, he did.
So, but what I'm saying is, are they making him stronger? Because now I'm fired up. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? The dude did nothing wrong.
The reason why I don't think
Allegedly,
it's really making him stronger is because, the reason why I don't think it's making him stronger is because we have a plethora of civilians in society that no longer have the gusto or courage that we once had in age-old times. We're so enthralled, inundated by 9-to-5s, or even I'll even say, even outside of 9-to-5s, even become an entrepreneur. You know what? You are also a slave to your clients and the orders that are coming in. These things are constantly inundating our mind to the point to where we don't even have enough time outside of these sensationalized social media excerpts that will break. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves on the phone like we're doing right now, conversing about this, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, really, when do you really have the I'm just being honest, man. Like, even TikTok, it's my firm belief that TikTok is kind of like a kick in the face, meaning, first off, let me ask you, what does TikTok mean? Outside the application itself. If someone was like, oh, word, okay, homie, I got you, TikTok, my guy, what would that mean? If me and you had an issue, we had a funk, right? We had a funk about
time
something.
Time is ticking.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it means. So that's what TikTok means. TikTok is actually the most addictive social media platform on the face of the earth. Instagram is second. Facebook is third. It's close between, I think it's YouTube third and then Facebook fourth. But all I'm saying is it's kind of a slap in the face. Why? Because TikTok and it works. Why? Because I'm a person that I really won't be drawn. I'm more of a YouTuber because I like information, right? So that can kind of draw me in. But
yeah.
I've been on TikTok and it's drawn me in a lot. So I'm just kind of, that's a little bit of a side note. But I'm saying even with this Andrew Tate thing, it's another side note. And I think that they understand that once social media would become so dynamic in all of our worlds, right? That after Andrew Tate, what's going to be the next thing? And then after that, what's going to be the next thing?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Let
me ask you a question. And this ran through my mind. Mm-hmm. And I'm a cynical kind of guy, so I look at all angles. Do you think it's possible that Andrew Tate is behind all this to stay relevant? He's asking. I have no evidence.
He's smart enough. I have no evidence. Smart enough to do it. He's smart enough to do it. He's smart enough and wealthy enough to do it.
Yeah, but we don't know yet.
Andrew Tate's only issue. Andrew Tate has two problems. He's a severely wise, smart guy, extremely smart, right?
Yeah.
Here's the two problems that he has. He's too much of a loudmouth. He wants to be famous. That's number one. And number two, he's smart. You know that he has recently decided to take on haram. That's what he always talks about. So he's recently accepted the Islamic faith. Why won't he take on the Christian faith? Why? The reason being is because what Christ said, it is easier to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Because there are too many issues. Why? Because if Andrew Tate decides to become a Christian, he would have to do away with all of his philandering excellencies, right? He would have to do away with that. He would have to be more dealing with alms. He would have to silence himself. So that's, I even venture to say that is why the Nation of Islam is so big and prevalent with black men. And can we get ourselves together, put on a tie, a bow tie, speak well, be articulate, sophisticated, all that great stuff? Yeah, sure, absolutely. However, what's lacking though, are the extreme moral side of things and the hell side of things if you don't do right. So those are the only two things where I feel that Andrew Tate is lacking.
Well, it's like one of these things, man.
And I love the brother.
Yeah, it broke my heart when I found out he became a Muslim. Because I was like, I know his father's a African-American so-called, and his mother's a European British woman. So we all know we go by the bloodline of the father. So he's a Hebrew Israelite according to bloodline. If his father goes back to the slave ships, goes back to Israel, we don't know his ancestry. But for the most part, I would have loved for him to even comment about the whole yay Jewish thing. I wonder, he totally avoided that. And maybe that was a strategy, or maybe he doesn't care, or maybe, because I'm pretty sure it would be hard for him to not come across the whole yay thing. And maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe he did say something about it. I think he said something about it. On his show. I take that back. But on Rumble. But
It's also a hard thing to be. It's also a hard thing to become an Israelite when you have a mother that's white.
Yeah, but he and maybe
when you're mixed race, right? It's a hard thing. It's a hard
it all
thing.
depends
That's
how it
all I'm
approach.
saying.
I mean, it's approach. I mean, you had a lot of mixed marriages, racially speaking, in the Gathering Christ Church, the church I was involved with. Pastor Dow, Pastor Dow, Straightway Ministry. He has a mixed congregation, and he believes that people of color are the real Jews. I don't know. I think what happened is he did not respect the Bible anymore because of the Christian community. Not owing up to the respect that he feels a religion deserves. So it kind of broke my heart. However, though, if they're messing with him,
he did mention that. He said that Christians will let things slide and will let Christ's name be ran and dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
But people of the Muslim faith, man, they're ready to die behind that, and that's why he decided ultimately to decide the Muslim faith.
All right. I also want to.
They're willing to die for it right now today.
I also want to thank Brother Larry McAdams for that donation. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for the donation, man. God's blessings and blessings. Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What would you do if you had Andrew Tate's infamy, wealth? If you had his infamy, wealth, influence, would you be as loud as he is? What could you learn from this? Would you be a little quieter? What would you do?
I'll do man going God's way on steroids. I'll be promoting that. I would create a scenario of good lawyers, brothers and sisters, but mostly brothers, black and brown, with all the respect. Maybe some white people who are down. There's some Europeans that I'll rock with. That it's for the cause and to help men. Absolutely, and that's what I'll be doing. I don't know. Do you think that would cause a target on your back if you did? Yeah, but it's the dog in me. It's the fighter in me, man. You know what I mean? It's like I can't stay quiet. I can't stay still. I can't. Guys like us, we can't. We ain't built to reform to anyone. It's almost a curse and a blessing, but I can't. If I have those resources, I can't stay still. I'll be out there.
Do you think that there's a way to do it quieter without being so expletive? Yes,
but in today's world, and I was having this conversation with somebody, I forgot who it was. It could have been you. That we can't fight the new way to the evolution is going. We can't fight the new way of communication, which is social media. The old way is dying. And to get to the people's minds and souls is in social media. I don't know a better way. Maybe you got a better plan. I don't know a better way. What do you think? I mean, because I was even thinking about this. This kind of traverses into this next kind of thing I was thinking about for some time. Maybe you could answer, maybe the audience as well. When Christ was walking the earth for his 3.5 years, right? And he was going around and he was healing people, right? Sometimes he would tell people after he would heal them, go and tell no one. Other times he would go and tell people, to go and show themselves to the priest. And other times he would say, go and shout on the mountaintop. Why? Why would sometimes he would tell people not to tell anyone after he healed them? And why were there other times that he told them to tell everybody? Yeah, I think Christ, he had a plan and when to strike and when to, it was his time. And I think he was fully revealed the last year of his life. And I believe that last year is the year mentioned in the book of Isaiah, the acceptable year of our Lord. my personal opinion. And I believe that last year.
I agree with you because he didn't. Yep, you're right. That's when he was like, "Go tell it." He didn't tell anyone not to go tell anyone.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, I think that's kind of the same thing with Andrew Tate, what he's doing, and I think he came out, fast and furious, which is kind of cool. But I'm kind of thinking like, if you come out, because I have my own idealization as why Christ did that, because eventually he couldn't even just preach to the people. He had to get on the boat and be pushed out, maybe a few meters out so that he can speak to the people without being thronged, right?
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. Too much infamy, too much fame too quickly can cause the very thing that I think Andrew Tate is going through. I actually think, especially if the brothers that are listening, because we all have our own walk and purposes that we all want to exercise, right? I think that we could learn something from Andrew Tate. I'm learning a lot, to be honest. And I'm like, man, if I ever get to that level where I could be that influential, I think I'll kind of take my time and really pick and choose my battles as far as what's more important. Do I have to be like the pinnacle of the head of this rhetoric that I'm spewing, or can it be done in other formalities where I don't necessarily have to be the showcase of it? What matters more? The information or who's bringing the information?
Yeah. I mean, it's like this, and I think you and I was having this conversation a while back. Who I'd rather be, the guy who is the leader or the guy who is the leader's best friend? I would like to be the leader's best friend. I would like to have his ear, if you will. I know my limitations. I know my strength, and I think I work best behind the scenes. But somebody has to be in the front. I don't know. Or is it a way that we can communicate a message of empowering men to be leaders? And because what is Andrew Tate talking about, bro? You get what I'm saying? Think about it. What is he saying is so crazy? Because if we do nothing, they're taking over our children, bro. I mean, they showing dildos to babies in schools, bro. You saw that the last show I did, Project Verify was going undercover showing this. It's like we got to do something. It's okay. If we come out, they'll take us out. Like they're taking out Andrew Tate. They'll take out, other leaders. And Andrew Tate, I believe he is a leader. I think God has his hand on all this, but I think an idea is bulletproof, and I said this years ago on a lesson that I did. We have to, ideas and movements are bulletproof, right? They kill one leader, another one replace him. I think what God is telling us to do is that we have to be willing to die. We can't be afraid of death, bro.
Yeah.
Because they shaking us. Look what they're doing with. Look at this little shakeup, and everybody's like, yo, what's going on? I think God is trying to tell us that we have to be willing to die, because they are gonna come for you, bro. Yes, the legend is true. The rumors are true. Yes.
Yeah.
So what? And I think we have to be brave enough that it's not about one of us. It's about all of us, and understanding that we have to start networking with one another. What we're going to allow and what we're not going to allow, right, in our community. We have to start staying together. And that's the thing,
and you're right. So, it's the age-old situation, or you have one guy with a gun, goes into the middle of a protest, 100 people there, encircle the guy. The guy has a revolver, 6 shooters, only 6 shot, right? Only 6 bullets in there, but no one is willing to get shot first. That's the problem. You're exactly right. And my thing is like, we need to have people that are willing to absolutely live and die for the cause.
All
Dr.
of us.
Martin Luther King
All
himself
of us.
said, if you have nothing to die for, you have nothing to live for. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. That is it. We have to, because that's literally what it is. Because if all of us unanimously were like, you know what, no more, and we were willing to lose our life, you know what that means? That means that you will return in absolute glory, and you'll be there first before the dead in Christ shall rise first before those who are alive. So I think you're absolutely right. But how many people have the courage and the guts to move forward with that?
It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen because I think
It remains to be seen.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. But I think that's, they are gonna they don't want masculine energy. They don't want it. They don't want it. And Andrew Tate is a good example of that.
Yep.
I don't see any
Therefore,
other
crosshairs are on
logical,
his back.
unless he's a trafficker and it comes out and he was always one, right? Which I don't believe. That's like the most ridiculous, moronic thing I ever heard in my life.
First off, people to understand this whole trafficking thing. Do you know how difficult it is to literally force someone against their will?
Yeah.
To do so? I mean, do you?
Yeah.
I mean that even let's talk like a lot of feminist women talk about they've been being raped and different things. You know how difficult it is to force someone. Like my whole thing is if everyone were willing to die not for something to happen to them, there would be a lot less raping going on.
Right.
You know how difficult it is for a fighting woman to fight you, and you're like, nah, like you have to be willing to kill her in order to have your way with her.
And not only that, not only that, he's traveling all over the place. How he's keeping these women? He must have help. He must have, because they're gonna try to escape. He's locking them up. How you could, it's stupid to even suggest that. And what I'm saying, these are either two things, and only time will tell. Is he's getting set up by some of the women that are around him. Obviously, because the women that are around him, and if they're setting him up, the women have to be setting him up if they're claiming. You understand what I'm saying? So they
might want some money. Yeah, maybe they're upset. Maybe they're mad because because I'm gonna tell you, man, I've been in that world, right? Like the prostitution world, man. I'm telling you, man. And I'm listen. They down with it. They're down to make some money. Like even in the Asian community, real talk. I could speak candidly about it because I understand. One of my girlfriends was literally like a madam. And I kind of got on her head because she was a Korean girl, and all she had was Korean and Chinese girls, predominantly Korean, right? And a few Chinese girls in like this huge building. She's paying like $30,000 a month for the building, all this intricacies, like extra, for utilities and everything. I'm like, man, this is crazy what you're paying out. You could, this is when I was still in the world, but I'm like, man, you don't feel bad about it. She was like, no, because if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it. And here's another thing. They could only do like a maximum of like 90 days before they start breaking mad doing it.
But do you think Andrew Tate, okay. I don't think Andrew Tate needs to deal with prostitutes. I don't think so. But let me like this. Okay, but let me. You have to. All right. You have to. At the end of the day, you're paying a woman for her beauty, for her time, right? So here's what a lot of people don't understand. When you're a busy man, 24 hours in a day, you got to sleep between 6 and 8. You have to shower. You have to eat 3 times a day. Once you break all those things down, you might have 15 hours a day. Yeah, but what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying, Andrew Tate. Yeah, you can't have a relationship. I don't see Andrew Tate that he needs that. That's what I'm saying. that he needs.
What
I
I'm
think
saying
because
is
let's
yes,
let's
absolutely.
yeah,
That's what businessmen do. That's what businessmen
okay,
do.
okay. But what I'm saying is
because
this:
a woman that's a girlfriend,
yeah,
a woman that's a girlfriend, she wants your time, right?
yeah.
She wants your time, but you're so busy. You're too busy. You're too busy to give her the time that she needs.
But I understand.
Why do you think some of the most beautiful?
I hear you.
Why do you think some of the most beautiful women?
It could have been prostitutes.
Are prostitutes.
So it could have been, right?
And
we don't know, but we don't know yet, right? It could have been, right? It could have been. But what I'm just going over the different scenario. It could have been some woman of the night that he was, but I don't believe that. I don't see that. But you see that? I don't want to harp on that. I don't want to harp on that, Trent. I don't want to harp on that. I don't want to harp on that.
No, I know, but let me say this. They'll make exceptions from a guy for a guy like Andrew Tate, a woman of the night. First off, let me tell you this, man. And I know this is probably going to stay on the internet forever.
Yes.
Women that are 9s and 10s, my guy, we're talking about absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous women, right?
Yes.
Are propositioned 24/7 by extremely powerfully
I hear what
rich
you're saying, but what I'm saying is this.
All the time. Let me say this. So you're right. I don't believe Andrew Tate is the guy that she'll be like, I like Andrew for Andrew because he's handsome, he's well spoken, he treats me well, and I actually enjoy spending time with him. He makes me laugh. He makes me chuckle. He makes me think. Right.
But
I see a guy like a Bill Gates type having to pay thousands of dollars.
I'm trying to bring a point for the last few minutes.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, let's go. We were not there. We don't know what's happening. But clearly, if they are charging him with some form of trafficking, females are involved, right? And the question I'm asking Mr. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate, the women that them, because they both got arrested, have around them. Now I don't want us to go back to that argument or that debate. I don't think he was dealing with women of the night. I don't think he has to. He probably deals with video vixen, Instagram models and someone, women that he's one of
Instagram models are, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what I'm saying, is it's like this. Can you see an Instagram model? Let me finish.
What do you think video vixens are?
I know what they are, but listen to what I'm saying. But can you see an Instagram model saying, yeah, Andrew Tate, I'll go see you because Andrew Tate is so famous, you become famous if you take a picture with him, right? And I could see Andrew Tate maybe taking advantage of that, right?
And them taking advantage of that too.
Exactly.
And the females taking advantage
so stay with
of
me.
him
So stay
too.
with me. So stay with me. Okay. So right, or ex-girlfriend, right? Could have been an ex-girlfriend pissed off. He does say sometimes. He does practice polygamy, or sometimes he's faithful, sometimes he's not. He exercised his right to be faithful or monogamous or, polygamous, whatever. The point that I'm trying to bring, whoever he has around him, he has to be better selective now. And this is the point I'm trying to bring, is that casual dating, you running around casually dating women, is dangerous when you are Andrew Tate or any brother or any man that is out there in social media trying to fight the man, if you will, fight the system.
Right. Yeah.
So my suggestion for Andrew Tate is practice the spirit or the acronym or the talking points of man going God's way. Because man going God's way, we believe in marriage and we believe in plural marriage. So Andrew Tate, you're a Muslim now. I think in the Islam religion, you could have up to 4 wives. Select smart 4 women to be around you and let those 4 women be the only woman you have around your energy in your world. What say you?
I think that, okay, that is a good, man, it's so hard to say. You know why? Because it's like this sounds good in basic formality, but when you're out there like that, you see another one.
Okay.
You got money like that.
You're
handsome.
This is just in. This is just in. It says four people have been arrested. It was four. Can people identify the four, the other two names? We know Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. What are the other two that got arrested? Go ahead, Trent.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. That's why you got to be careful. I hope Sneeko ain't up in there too.
Oh,
you know, because
well, Sneeko, I think
right?
he got
You know,
hired.
because
Sneeko got hired by Ye. I know he was. That says U.S. passport was a U.S. passport was found. So at least, yeah, I believe. Yeah, there was one American woman. Don't.
Hey, you gotta be careful, man. These women, they'll lie on you, especially like if they're jealous, man. Like you know how many women I've had lie on me.
The other two men,
like
hold on,
for real.
Hold on,
Come on, man.
The other two people were Romanians. Okay. What else we got here? So a video saying that somebody close to him said it's a money laundry case. BS. They found $10 million in cash at his house. Don't know what to believe. Good Lord, what's going on?
That's the real problem. Now, if it's money laundering, I could see them getting on him on money laundering and tax evasion versus the whole trafficking thing. It starts with one to get you. So this is how the system works, right? They know that they can't get you on one thing, right?
Yeah.
But they get the world talking, and they know the thing that they really want to get you on, which is probably tax evasion or money laundering. I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest. We understand that he made his first few millions not off of the kickboxing. He made hundreds of thousands off of the kickboxing. He made his first few $100 million off of webcam modeling, which was huge before. Right? That was huge. I got a homeboy that used to do that. That was a big thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And come on, you telling me that you telling me you're not money laundering money? You're making money, you know, exorbitantly. And that was before. A lot of people don't understand this. That was before. Now, today, whatever you make through a merchant account means that you are able to accept credit cards, Visas, MasterCards, Discover, American Express. You charge a percentage. Well, here's the thing. As of 2012, I believe it was either 2012 or 2014, January 1st, one of those years, I can't quite remember, where the credit card processors will report directly to the IRS how many sales you did in a fiscal year. Fiscal year just means one a year, right? Just means a financial year. So all I'm saying is if the money doesn't add up as far as the taxation is concerned, that's how they can hit you. And that's one of the things that they could put that behind in jail, behind tax evasion. Period. That's where that's what I'm saying.
We'll see what happened. But I mean, I haven't. If anybody's seen the money laundering case allegation thing, please send the report or the news linked in the description because I haven't seen that. But I did what I see so far here is financial years, not calendar yet. Okay. It says I'm in a war room, so you got to trust me on this, okay? They coming for him, bro. It's scary. It's scary because you know why it's so scary, bro? He's not a politician. He's not endorsing any politician. He's not involved in politics. He's in social. What is
he's autonomous.
Yeah, he's
they took what was it 70 or 75 million dollars even with Kanye West, and he made that video like if they could just freeze my $75 million and I'm Kanye West, what can they do to your little 7,500 in your account? He made a good point, man.
We gotta fight, man. We gotta fight. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. If we look at this and we really analyze this, and we have to still wait and see what's going on behind the scenes. But if this is a setup, not only we have to support the brother, but we have to not only we need our own platforms. And this is funny. I'm about to say we need something else, but I remember Andrew Tate was talking about he was looking to start this. I don't know if you heard this. And what I wanted to say is we need our own banks as well, our financial systems outside of them. And Andrew Tate was actually talking about he wanted to start his own bank. Is that where they got him from? You know, I'm trying to figure out why they're coming for him, because it's like,
why'd they burn down Black Wall Street?
Okay, but let's go back to now.
Same reason.
What I'm saying
that's
is
the same. That's what I'm proving your point.
What I'm saying is
anytime you set up your own financial institution, educational system, and medical system, right?
Yeah.
And housing system, they're like, hold up, that is literally the 360-degree algorithm for sustainability and civilitude. I can't have that. Let's crush it. That's what it is, man.
So maybe, you're right. Maybe when you are doing something talking about we have to create our own banks or our own social media or our own,
or education system, our own medical system, on hospitals. Let's shut that down. We don't want that going down.
Right. So
that's exactly what it is.
Wise old
you gotta
man,
do that quiet.
Yeah, wise old man is saying that food riot video or when they rated his food rated video is on BitChute. I think I have that. I have that. I'm gonna maybe.
PJ be up on it, man. But that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna do something, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything that we're doing, and it's okay. We could kind of orate these things right now.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Inside of a year, we need to be we need to be quiet. We need to learn from Andrew Tate. We need to be quiet, put things together. We don't need to just quit shouting this stuff. It's no more shouting stuff from the mountaintop, bro. Them days are over. We need to quietly exercise the information, insight, wisdom, knowledge that we have, put them together for our own uses and our family uses, learn how to be self-sustainable and get off the grid, bro.
That's what they don't want. And that's what they don't want.
The great ones are falling right now.
And guys, listen, man, this is not a black issue, a white issue, a Jewish issue, a Gentile issue. This is a power issue. And we who are their slaves, because that's what we are waking up. Because when you're in that level, bro, it's not about race. It's about power, bloodline. It's about quadrillions and billions and all kinds of zeros that unspeakable amount of resources and money. And we're talking about old money, holding on to their old money. We got families that are affected by this. That's who we fighting. Whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati, the deep state. It's real, man. There's some real stuff here. I mean, and I'm ready to die. Listen, I'm ready to die. Listen, I'm ready to die. But I think you're right. We gotta walk and move wisely, man. There's certain things that you're right, because let's just say maybe Andrew Tate should not be talking about we should start. I'm looking to start my own bank. He should never have said that. Maybe you're right.
Exactly. He shouldn't.
Maybe he should be
bragging. He should never have said that.
Yeah.
Bragging too much. That's what I'm saying, and that comes from a place of insecurity. There's always something, because I have insecurities within me as well, where I'm like you got to shout it from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, let your yay be nay, your nay be nay. Don't swear on nothing. Do it in secret, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's really truly where it's at. Because let's even learn from they. You know the interesting thing about it. The interesting thing about it, and I mean, those who are a bit more researched, there are some families that you could research, right, and understand like kind of who's behind things. But I guarantee you, I guarantee you probably came across a Carnegie, Rockefeller, Rothschild, you know what I mean, Morgan, a DuPont in the freaking airport and didn't even know it.
Okay, hold on.
Didn't even know it.
Hold on. It says Gold Spider says Andrew already has his own bank. I didn't know that. Can we confirm that? Let's confirm that, guys.
I didn't know that either.
Let's confirm that. You know, we like to bring truth here. Let's confirm that. I appreciate brother Go Spider. But you're right. But go ahead, brother. You were saying.
No, what I was saying, if you can't, we know the names Rothschilds, Carnegies, Rockefellers, you know, the DuPonts, right? Right. We know all those names, you know what I mean? But if you pass by them in the airport terminal, would you recognize them? I doubt it. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. They keep that's why they are or Illuminati or
you're right.
Right. Or
the
deep state, right? They don't care about infamy. They don't care about fame. They let those are their pawns.
Okay.
They let their pawns have the fame.
And I want you to tell me, say, hey, Gabar, that conversation should not be had in this platform. You let me know. I'm going to ask you this question. So, how can we move as a unit, right? If we need to formalize a unit, whether it be an organization, a church, whatever, spreading the gospel of your message to help out people, spreading the gospel, the message of your organization, of your war cry, whatever that war cry may be.
Really
without
how do you get out there?
Without being out there. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Is it word of mouth? We have to go back to that. What do we do? What do we do? What say you?
That's a really, really very, very good question. Word of mouth has been, before social media has reached its pinnacle, was really the way how things are driven. And I would say that it still is kind of like putting wind to fire, right? I think word of mouth is where it's at, man. You know, when you receive an article, you want to send it to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So the difference is today it's either through social media or the phone, right? So, and like I say, that's a really good question. I would say that we still unfortunately have to utilize our smartphones, and we have to utilize social media in order to get information out. However, we don't have to let it be known as far as where, like the location. We don't have to allow for the location to be known. We don't have to allow for when it's going to be, when we're going to exercise these particular endeavors.
Okay, so I'm hearing DH. It says his call. DH says Bank of Tate. That's the name of his bank. Is that been confirmed?
Bank of Tate.
I need to look that up.
Okay. Yeah.
PJ, if you confirm that for me, if you don't mind, if you can. Bank of Tate. Does he already?
You know, PJ gonna find it. PJ gonna find out in less than 5 minutes.
Right.
He gonna come back in less than 5 minutes.
Well, hold on. I
know what it is.
I think I have another caller. Let me see if I can bring both of you guys in. Let's see if we can merge. I think we got everybody. Peace, brother. Who's calling? I don't see. I got the number here.
Yo.
Peace, brother. How we doing? Give me your name and where you calling from. You're live, brother. You live. Can you hear me? Oh, he just dropped. Okay.
I heard him for a second.
Yeah, I heard it from a second. Brother, call back. See if we, and then let's Tate will be fine. Okay. Crypto Bank looked it up. Okay, he has a crypto. Okay. I don't know if that crypto thing is real. Okay, the Bank of Tate. Yes, is
Well, the
confirmed
crypto
he
thing, I
has a
can give
bank.
you some insight on that.
Okay.
I give you, the crypto bank is real short. Crypto bank, that basically is the foundation for the mark of the beast. In order for the mark of the beast to work, for something to be embedded between your pointer finger and your thumb, right? And it could be shut off if you are not appeasing the system, quote unquote, right? Then that means that it has to be absolutely digital, 100% digital. So cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and Ethereum being the progenitors, if you will, of cryptocurrencies, that was a test, which is why they allow for which is why cryptocurrencies literally lost something like 80% of their value over the past 4 months. So that's why, because China has come up with their own cryptocurrencies. Sweden, parts of the European Union.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
I got Randy is saying, why can I send money to this podcast? I don't know. I know the super chat should be up and ready, but I could be wrong. But you can also send.
Tell them how to do the super chat.
Yeah, if you
might not know how to do it.
Yeah, if it's the super chat is probably an issue. You could also do PayPal or Cash App. PayPal is hashtag IAMFITPodcast, and Cash App is the $sign IAMFITPodcast 1. I like the Cash App because it's a little quicker, but also some people prefer PayPal as well. I have both. I don't know why you're not able to send donations to the Cash App. It should be activated, but I could check, on the back end. But go ahead, Trent, you were saying.
Well, no, I mean, just essentially that, just that we're going to have to get ready. And there are, we have to understand this is the way, this is the formality of communication that we utilize today. So unfortunately, I wouldn't even say unfortunately, there are some things we can't be entirely elusive today. We live in a technological world. So there are just some things that we cannot hide. And so for that reason, I believe that's where the sanctity, being set apart, dealing with the Most High, and I believe that, stop sinning. So I still have my sins and my struggles, and I'm dealing with them. But I really believe and that's the grace of the Most High God and the Son Yeshua, right? It's if we get ourselves right, I believe some of these things will be discombobulated where they won't be able to hear in with certain plans associated with projects that we're trying to make from a righteous standpoint, righteous maneuverings, right? But if you're still dealing in sin, unfortunately, we cannot be fully hedged and cultivated by the Most High. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with. And I tell you the greatest shock, and I don't know if listeners, practitioners or parishioners could even listen in. And that is man, sin is something, man. It's really interesting how sin is something that's really something that I struggle with myself, knowing that righteousness is really something that I absolutely want to do. Like what Christ said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. That's really kind of late. That's where I'm kind of at, where I'm man, I want to do what's right. Even what Paul said, the things I want to do that I don't do, the things I don't want to do that I do, oh wretched man that I am. We spoke about that. That's just, but you know what, man? And that's in
Romans.
Second Ezra.
That's in Romans.
When it talks about the outcome, if you don't do it and if you acquiesce to the sinful nature, well, there's a judgment that's associated with it. And that's kind of where you and I, we kind of get into this. Go ahead.
Right. So I'm sorry. So I have, it's confirmed. This is the website. Welcome to the Bank of Tate. I'm showing people things out.
Really?
Brother PJ sent me the info right away. Let's see here.
I told you, PJ, man, it wasn't even 5 minutes. What was it, 3?
Yeah. Join.
Man, if PJ, man.
He has a card and everything.
PJ, bro.
Basic.
Tell PJ, bro, PJ, I know you listening, bro. You got to start calling in with all that great wisdom, old man wisdom that you got, bro. Because I'm going to stop calling in because I got to get to it over here, man. You got to start calling in, giving your, man, bounce off with your brother. Y'all know how well y'all do. You got to start calling in so these parishioners could really hear that knowledge that both of y'all have to spew, brother. Come on, man. PJ,
he's
stay with the knowledge.
PJ's my what's that oracle?
Muse.
Right. No, he's the oracle. Oracle.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who's this? Okay, I got another caller from Maryland. Let's see if I can bring him in. And
Well, you could take that, and I could drop off, man. Make it easier.
Okay. Hello. You're live. 443 area code. Yes, sir. What you got to add to the conversation?
Yes, like I was saying, like what happened to M.G.G.W though? Like they've been saying he got investigated and Tristan is out or something like that.
Well, so you're saying, he got arrested for human trafficking. Human trafficking usually associated with kidnapping and all that. I don't believe it. I think he's being set up. What say you?
Yeah, but they said Tristan is out, something like that.
So his brother's out, and Andrew Tate is still in. Well, this is probably what it is. I don't know. Because
in my opinion, I want Andrew Tate and Tristan to stay in jail. In my opinion.
Why? Talk to me.
Yeah, in my opinion, I want them to stay in jail.
So do you don't like them? You like them? You agree with certain things? You don't agree with nothing? What's your view on Andrew Tate?
Because me personally, I think he's a nigger.
Okay, give me more. Elaborate, please. He hanged up. I think he did. He hanged up. Why do people think I'm gonna? Is it me? Do I give like a vibe like I'm, don't want to hear your point? Brother, call back. I want to hear more about him being a nigger or something, right? Anyway. Call back.
It's the sadness of people wishing for other people who have been successful in life. A lot of people wish hate on people, man.
Do you think that's what
and
it is?
It's really
young man. If
sad,
you could call
bro.
back,
young
man, you could call back, man. I want to let you talk, man. I want to crawl into your brain and she was in there, but you gotta allow me. But maybe next time.
You're not gonna find much in that brother's brain. You're not gonna find much.
Okay, well. I tried. Okay. All right, but it's like this, man. And thank for all the support, guys. I appreciate you. There's so many comments coming in. I don't know what's going on with my super chat, but I got to figure out behind the scene. I probably didn't. Okay, but I'm trying to get all the. Let me see. Trying to get some. Hate only comes from below. Okay. There's so much. Yeah,
true.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and this could be nothing. This could be a celebrity.
You have people happy. Go ahead.
No, this could be a stunt from him. This could be this may go away next week. It could be a jealous girlfriend. It could be an opportunist chicks. It could not be the Illuminati. It could have been just women that are grimy.
Yeah.
Right? They found a United States passport. One of the females that made this allegation, one was an American and the other one was Ukrainian, from my understanding. But Tate have to be smarter than the women that are around him. And that's why I support plural marriage, not side chicks. Let me repeat that again. I support plural marriage, a man being married to multiple women, that they know of each other, they're working together, not side chicks. I think side chicks are dangerous. I think, side chicks could get you killed. Side chicks will get you arrested. I believe, Tate, you have to get smarter, bro, because you're in the next level right now. All eyes on you. And what you're saying is resonating with young men. And you're going to get a lot of haters. You got to get smarter. You should not be inviting any video vixens and any women on Instagram and dude, those days should be over for you, bro. You're 36 years old. Get yourself, you know who Andrew Tate should marry? And say, okay, we got a private call. Let's see, we got a private call. Let's try to bring in this private call in. Do we got him? No. Hey, folks, if you guys want to call in, you know, let me see. Do we have those emerges? Let me see. Do we? Okay, I think we got everybody. Private caller, you're on the air. Private caller, you on the air?
So we're talking about listening.
Yes, sir. What you got to add to this conversation?
Huh?
What do you got to add to this conversation?
Oh, so basically, I think Andrew Tate shouldn't be in jail. I think they're setting him up. But
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So,
Yeah, from the Matrix.
okay. So you think they're setting him up? Why do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
Why do you think they're setting him up? Why you think why he's so dangerous? Or he's telling young men to go work out, be men, take care of the family, take care of your women. You know, get on your grind. You know, that's what he's saying. Why is it so dangerous?
Everything he's saying, the Matrix, this and that, because it's true. You know, everything he is saying about the Matrix is true. Because he wouldn't be in jail right now, right?
Yeah.
And supposedly they tried killing the man earlier on. So only today they tried killing the man. So
Yeah. So how old are you? I'm just curious. You seem pretty young. How old are you, if you don't mind, sir?
I'm as old. I'm 17. I'm 7 years old.
You say you 7?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're 7,
I think
you're
17. He said 17.
17. That's like a legal
No, he
age.
said 17.
Is it 17 or 7? I just want to make sure I heard you right, sir. Young man. So I don't want to, but I think even 17 is a little young. You know, I want to keep everybody 18 and over, a legal adult. But thanks for calling. Thanks for sharing your story. Okay, that we.
Well, let me talk to him. Let me talk
yeah, he's
to him.
17. I let him go. He's 17. You know, he's 17.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's
Yeah,
17.
well, and hopefully, obviously, they're still listening in, and so obviously they're not 7, right? They're young-minded or whatever. But the thing is we were young men once upon a time, and you know, I remember I used to make prank calls when I was, I don't know,
Yeah, I became
16, 17, right?
Yeah, I became the old man. Now that the young kids are pranking, I was the young kid pranking the old people. I'm that guy.
Yeah, remember Ding Dong Ditch? You ring doorbells, we run back to our day, man. I mean, you know, hey, man, like I tell the young, like, hey, enjoy it. Enjoy these times because stuff is gonna start to get real very soon.
But listen,
you know
young
people,
people, young people,
world,
listen,
man.
young people, as a 50-year-old man, let me tell you, papas, young brothers, yo, now is the time to get on your grind. Get on your grind.
Yeah.
Get on your purpose. Yeah, have a good time. I'm not saying don't listen. I'll be lying if, you know, an 18-year-old with a 24-hour erection is not going to have fun, right? Yes. You can't help it. It's like it's a disease. You get what I'm saying? When I was 18, you can't tell me nothing. I get it.
Right.
But if you're going to party, okay, this was my routine when I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. This was my routine. Having a good time, that's the weekends. But working and grinding, getting that money, that's the weekdays. I used to party hard in the weekends, but in the weekdays, I used to work even harder. So I'm not saying don't have a good time because it's your youth, and I get it, right? But if every day is a party, my dude, every day is a weekend, you're wasting your youth. You're going to be, and I'm going to say it, a loser.
Yep.
You want to be a winner, and winners win. Winner gets in that grind. So, yeah, have a good time. Do your prank calls. But remember, this is a school night. It's a weeknight. Time to do some work.
Yeah, look back on this, and not even 10 or 20 years. You might look back 5 years from now. And my real thing is when you have youngsters wanting to call in and prank when they're a man that's really trying to award something that's righteous and that's good. We already have we already live within a lackluster society where people are very lethargic, unmotivated to do the things that should instill morals, values, and principles. So when you do have some men like, Gabar is doing, man, I would just say, listen, because outside, and I understand. Hold on.
Yeah, Tate, why you getting that? But you're right. It's because you know what, the way I look at it is like there's some hope of some young people that are doing the right thing, and we need to promote them as well. We got some more callers. I think we have the international caller. All right, let's try to bring this person in. Let's try to merge these calls.
Hey, how's it going?
Peace, and blessings. Wait, hold on. Hey,
yes.
Okay, Trent, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm taking this international call. So yes, sir. What you got to add to this conversation? Are they coming for Andrew Tate? Is this a publicity stunt? What's going on? What say you?
Well, I think what's happening here is that there's a lot of examples showing to other generations who are following Andrew Tate that if you get as big as Andrew is, this is what will happen. So they're setting it's like the Kanye and the Kyrie that's been going on. They are setting examples for normal people to look and see that you can't be all that you can be, because this is what will happen. So that's basically what they're trying to show guys that are up and coming.
Why Andrew Tate is so dangerous? Why do you think he's so dangerous? What are they talking about him? Behind the scenes.
Because what's happening is that he's opening up the minds of the few who were never had the balls to actually say anything. And what's happening is that men are realizing that they are men in this quote unquote woman controlled world. And that's what they don't want. And basically they want more subservient people to be controlled by the few, which is them.
So you think the issue is that they don't want to promote heterosexual masculinity? They believe that's the last thing they need to get rid of because if you don't have male masculinity in a society, that society is done. I mean, I can't see a society surviving without men willing to fight to sustain that society.
Exactly, but they don't want they want the subservient man to work and serve them. But you have a guy like Andrew Tate coming in and telling all these men to, be a man and do what's rightfully done in the world. They don't like that. They want you to be, a tool of the system. And what Andrew Tate is showing everybody is that you don't have to be a tool of the system as long as you make money. So his prime example of getting arrested shows to them that, hey, even though you have all this power and money, you still can be controlled by us.
And folks, I'm getting some phone calls. If you want to be next, just do me a favor, text me your name, where you're calling from, and say, I want to be next. And I'll bring you in because I want to give everybody
not a problem,
enough time.
Thank you so much for having this podcast.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. This is a scary times, exciting times, but we need to talk about these times because I don't know, it's scary times. So thank you for supporting the show, brother.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Let's see here.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Wait, okay, you're
Yeah,
live.
hello.
I live. So where you calling from? What's your name? What you got to add to this conversation?
I'm coming from California, Cali.
Cali. Okay,
Hello.
so you're
Yeah.
live. So what you got to
My name
add to
is-
this conversation?
My name is Steven Guerra.
How we doing, Steven?
Good.
So
This is actually, yeah.
yeah. So what you got to add to this conversation? What do you think is going on with Andrew Tate? What do you think about free speech? What's going on? I mean, you think he's running around trafficking women, or you think he's being set up? What say you?
Yeah, apparently he said they were saying that he was doing money laundering.
So now the charge is money laundering. And do you believe it? Do you think he's a scam artist? Do you think he's the truth? Do he's saying what he's saying is true? Do you think he's a little bit of both? What say you?
I honestly think he might be getting money by business. You know, he's a fighter too. He probably got like most of his money from there.
Yeah.
He's with Aiden Ross making money too. So like, I don't think he needs to do all that money laundering, human trafficking. I think they're setting him up.
Okay. Do you think it's some females, or you think there is some federal agents that don't like this guy? What say you?
I honestly think. Hold on. I think both. That's just me though. I think both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother, for sharing. Anything else you got to add?
Yeah, and I also think the Romanian police also arrested him, maybe because he was black.
Okay, that could probably be a thing. I don't think that's big over there. I think he's very well liked in Romania. I think he's a celebrity. I think he put Romania on the map. I mean, nobody was talking about Romania until Andrew Tate. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe.
Maybe he is. Hold on.
Well, brother, thank you for your call, brother, and support for the show. Bless you. Thank you, brother. All right, so
maybe it was because he was a black ass nigger.
All right, here we go. These young kids.
He was a black ass nigger.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me. Okay, here we go. Wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. All right, let me. Here we go. Okay, sorry guys. These young kids with the, and I gotta call back Zoom. You know what? Let me do this. Because this will probably be better. Because why should I go against the grain? Why should I go against the grain? Go with the grain. Oh no, wait, this way. I gotta change it. Okay, never mind. I gotta change it. Anyway. Okay. Two seconds, folks. Bear with me. Matter of fact, while we doing that, let's play the video on him, the full video of him getting raided. I'll play this. I'll play while I refix my phone. I don't know what they're showing here. Oh, wait. Okay. Why is it blurry? What they're showing here? I don't know what they're showing here. But this is the full video, and okay, they're probably showing the cards. I don't know why it's coming up blurry, but I don't know what is this they're showing. These are probably looks like this gold something. Well, okay, there you go. So that's the raw footage of the arrest. And callers, if you guys want to call back, I think I got some. Let me see some videos. Let me see here. I could maybe let me see what's going on here. Let me brother. Let me see, brother. Let me see if I can bring this brother in. Okay, I see people also in the Zoom. Let me hold on. I see Christian, but if you're coming in, you got to put on your camera. I got to know who the heck I'm talking to. I got to know who the heck I'm talking to. Okay. I got a 5-1. A 513 area code. Oh, okay. Peace, brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sister.
How you doing?
Okay. How we doing, sir? So what you got to add to this conversation?
All right. So he was apparently arrested because he was taking a percentage of the OnlyFans girls that he has in there. They were using him to basically explode their business on OnlyFans. So they're looking at it as he was a pimp of sorts. So there's 4 people involved in it. 2 of them are the Tate brothers. One of them was a Romanian police officer that was the female. They did find a USA passport because some girl called from Tate's Romania castle to her boyfriend. And the boyfriend called the police and said, hey, my girlfriend's being held as a sex traffic and being held for sex stuff.
But that was from some few years ago, right? That was some few. It was that particular scenario was a few. You saying this is a repeat of that, or are you going back to that?
That's what they're doing to him. No, that's what they're doing to him again. Yeah, that's what they're doing to him again.
So
but Tate, just
okay.
Hold on. Also, Tate only made a few $100,000 fighting. He was not a millionaire from fighting. He did not make money until he was out of fighting.
Right. Now, but let me ask you a question. So you're saying that he's still running that OnlyFans organization business? Yeah. He's still doing that. Okay. That's probably the mistake he's doing. He doesn't need that anymore. He doesn't need that anymore.
Correct.
And that's compromising him.
Yeah, what they're going to get him on is because he's taking a percentage of it, and they're looking at him as a sex trafficker because of that, because he's getting a percentage of this money. So they're viewing him as a international pimp of sorts.
Okay, but my understanding, according to the law, that if OnlyFans and membership, people become members, and then that gives them the right to look at these women and talk to these women. And they
Correct. But all the money goes through Tate.
Right, but if women are an employee or a independent contractor,
correct.
And from my understanding, OnlyFans is legal. It's not an illegal thing.
As long as you're of legal age within that country.
Right.
Here's the crazy thing about that one. In this Vatican City, the age of consent is 14. So theoretically, you could have a 14-year-old be legal on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I definitely have a problem with that. I mean, as a Christian, I have a problem with Tate dealing with that. I don't think he should be dealing with that. If that's the case, I need to see receipts on that. But it's he doesn't need it. There's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah.
For him to be dealing with these women and OnlyFans and all that. It's asinine at this point. It's asinine.
If you think of like OnlyFans as a magazine, and he's just an advertiser within that magazine. So he's basically doing exactly what he did previously with his other businesses, was taking people to have them work for him to expand money and getting a percentage of it. But these girls all know what they were doing. They all are under contract.
Right.
Some girl got mad at the situation. Some girl didn't get the attention that she wanted, and that's why this is all happening to him.
Yeah.
And you also have to remember the whole thing with Greta. You can't stand up to Greta right now. You know, this is not her. This is not her view, because remember, she's on spectrum, and her parents are unknown who her parents really are. This is a woke mob. This is a woke mob SWAT attack against them.
Okay. Yeah, but because listen,
think about her reply.
Yeah,
think about her reply. Small dick energy. Come on, girl. You didn't come up with that. That's a line from your parents, or you got that from somebody else.
Yeah,
you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah. That's a Fed comment. Just like if you look back at what she's done, everything that she's done has been Fed comments. She cannot answer a question about it. She just knows what she's being taught.
Yeah, she's not smart enough to know and to explain why the Earth is getting warmer or cooler, or she's just repeating what she's hearing. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say here, and this is my concern, if Andrew Tate, and my understanding is that he is smart enough to say, I'm no longer doing that. And I think I have heard him in different interviews say, hey, I let that life go. I don't do that anymore because I don't need to. I know he got involved with some gambling, and he owns some casinos, so he was working with some people with a casino company or different casinos in Europe. He doesn't need OnlyFans. I mean, he does well with the Hustle University. He does well with all these other things that he's doing. He doesn't need it. It like I said, he should pick 4 women, and these are the only 4 women that he has around him and deals with, and women he could trust, women that been proven. And he should leave these, middle of the night type of females and that type of business. Because that when you're among too much feminine energy and you that guy that everybody's looking at, the temptation is too great for these women to try to set you up, or somebody who wants to set you up to bribe them and talk to them. And, hey, we'll give you a few million to set them up.
Story about that one. So I went through a really bad divorce. Around the time that I was going through a really bad divorce, I was in a car accident, and I had just inherited a very large sum of money from my grandparents that passed away. During the whole fiasco of the divorce, the only thing that my ex-wife wanted was the money and the guitar. She didn't care about anything else. Although she had signed a prenuptial agreement prior to that said any inheritance money is mine, they went so far as to try to.
Did we drop the call? I think we dropped the call. Call back, brother. I want to hear the finish of your story. But I think I see on the Zoom a Christine. If you could turn on your camera, I'll bring you in. If you could turn on your camera, I will bring you in, Christine. Kristen, I believe. I can't make that out. Okay. If you cannot do that, I have to put you back in the waiting room, okay? I'll put you back in the waiting room. All right. So it's like this, folks. Man, when you look, excuse me, yeah. When you look at the history books, I have Alexandra iPhone. Let me try to bring you in through the Zoom. There you go. Let me see if I could bring you in. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on 2 seconds, folks. Here we go. Okay. Brother Alexander, so what you got to add to this conversation? What say you? You think they're setting him up? You think he's getting stupid, getting sloppy? What's going on here?
Well, Elder, Shalom. I think that Shalom. I think he might not have been quite prepared when he said a lot of things that he said in those interviews prior to what happened, and they came for him. So more so for him, he has the advantage of having to be. He has the advantage and a disadvantage, and the advantage is he has the ability to reach a lot of people. He's on a higher platform, and you know that they always come for the ones that can lead people. So the other side like to come to people that can reach a lot of the public. Those are the first ones that they like to go for, especially at in the younger age or whatever. And I guess he might have bit off more than he might have said. He wasn't prepared for what he was saying. He couldn't have been prepared. Even like watching the video and the footage and everything, he was prepared for some things, but when you were dealing with things of the spirituality point, where he brought up a lot of things in the spirituality point, that that is very close to people's hearts, whether it be the left or the right side. You can offend somebody very well. He might have offended the wrong people in the background that has we both know.
Yeah.
And they sent for him.
Yeah.
They might just humble him. You know what I'm saying? They might let him. Most High might let him. But at what cost?
Because they're coming for me hard. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I think
like that was hard.
Yeah, I think this person that they came as hard in the last few years will be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Donald Trump is still surviving. He's still running for office next year. Some people say that his campaign doesn't have the same fusto that they had 4 years ago or 8 years ago, right?
Right.
But he's running and he's still surviving. Tate, I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Tate,
he does have long money.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Like, Tupac said to Ye, Kanye says, you got to first get your money right, then go to war.
Right.
Right. So is he at war? Is he going to war? Is he in a situation that he is expecting this? Because I remember last year when he first got canceled, he said that he had a plan. He has a three-piece plan. He has a 3-part plan.
Okay.
And he was expecting and was planning to get canceled. He said, I was prepared for this, yada, yada, yada. But is this part of his plan, or that he was aware that they will come for him in this fashion? And it's scary for 2 reasons, and because I don't the cynical person of me is saying, okay, is he that important? Like, they're giving him more importance than if they were just leaving him alone. He would just go away if they leave him alone, I think, or what they're afraid of. What they are afraid of. I don't understand what they're afraid of, why they're coming to him so hard, because now they're making him the talking point.
Well, it's either they're gonna make him an example, or they might just try to hush him up. When I watched some of the interview when he talked about the Balenciaga, man, and at the platform that he's at, we've been talking about that kind of stuff for a while, but we haven't had the platform that he has.
Right.
So they can call us oh, it's a conspiracy, or it's not that, and not, we could kind of, we've survived a lot.
Right.
But him, he's out there. You see him, he's facing what's that? Jake Paul.
Right. Right.
Which is they fan base on Twitter, they up to the 100,000s and everything else. So with that platform, and he says stuff, not only is he the public listening, but you have other artists, athletes, whatever,
Yeah.
they're listening. Even though a lot of them already know, and this is the dangerous part. He will be around those people that already had chose their side. So
yeah,
I was listening to when you said the women, that you got to be careful about the women that you have around you, because you don't know what side you don't know who sent them.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. It's like this.
You
It's
don't
like
know who
this.
sent them.
Listen, I'm a polygamist.
Right.
But I'm so scared of starting a relationship with any woman in America that is stopping me from saying, I would like another wife, blah, 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 but not in America. I'm scared.
No.
I don't want to be. I'm like, listen. I'm comfortable with my wife. I'm good. I'll stay safe. I'll mind my business, because it's scary what's out there. It is super scary what's out there. But I think it's time for Tate to say, you know what, I have to buckle down. Because even though I am a polygamist, I do believe it's time for men to go what I call going on their Enoch and focus on getting their spirituality right, getting their money right, getting their survival tactics and what's coming down the pipe right, and creating your own wolf pack. And if within that wolf pack, maybe a female great. But if you got one good woman, stay with that. Don't be jumping around with these women, because they'll set you up, and especially you in that level of Andrew Tate.
Yeah, because you're saying too much. I'm not saying he said too much, because whatever happens is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But when you plan on, you gotta count your costs. If you know what you know, then you should know the outcome is a lot of people chose that, especially within what you're dealing with. So you kind of have to be more wise of how you move.
Right.
And you can't really trust anyone. First of all, when you're saying some stuff, this is another thing I want to say. When you're bringing out certain points, make sure that you're not in the gray, because you don't know what's going to snap back at you. If you're saying all this other stuff and you know that it is, you're standing up for it and saying it's not right, you're going to have to lose. I learned this a long time ago. Older told me at a first Passover. He told me, "Are you ready to lose your life?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He told me, "Are you ready to lose your life?" And I said, "Well, if need be," he said, "you got to be ready to lose your life to gain your life."
Yeah.
So, and I didn't understand it till years later. What he meant, was the life that you have now, all the wealth, whatever you may have. When it can't even have. It don't even have to be so far as your finances. It can be the people that you hang around.
Yeah.
It can be the women that you have.
Yeah. And because I love me with some women, but I understand women nature, and I understand that it could turn on you. There is, envy, and there is lust, and there is greed, and there is, people that when you're on top, you use a target. I mean,
you are.
And it's a shame that, we because it's like, I'm a big believer that we should not get caught up with man worship, right? But as a people, we always look for a sign, right? We always are in a scenario that we're looking for a leader, someone to encourage us. And now it's like the revolution is happening in the social media, stratosphere. And I want to, because, when I was part of the church for a long time, it's like you become part of a subgroup, right?
Yeah.
And when I began to go and work and be in a scenario that I was, for the first time, speaking to people that are not part of the church for a long time, I was like, this is weird. Having work colleagues, and I had to kind of readjust myself to the I don't call it the real world, but just the everyday world,
right?
Because all of it is real,
right?
Are we part of the problem too? Because we're getting caught up with this box called social media, and we're talking about these things because it's dear to us. I think, I see without the feminization of young men.
Yeah.
I see the young women thinking that, OnlyFans is the way to go versus, finding a good guy or going to college, getting educated, starting a family. And now OnlyFans, it becomes now an option. You got women that went to college and have good paying jobs and say, I'm going to leave this job because I'm making $150,000 a year, but I could make $150,000 a month in OnlyFans.
Right.
When you overly sexualize a country, a society, and you overly sexualize women, and I got to blame the men too, because if the man was not there with the credit card on the OnlyFans, and men need to understand that we're damaging each other. Men are being damaged by these women in the OnlyFans, but we men are also damaging those women in the OnlyFans.
Right.
We need to stop with the sex and the sexuality of people and giving sex. Sex is like a god to himself. He's you understand what I'm saying? People are worshiping sex to the point that they're willing to lose their families and lose their dignity and over money and saying, okay, I'm going to use sex to get this money, and I could and some girls say, listen, I could do the OnlyFans for a few years, pay off my college tuition, and I'll find me a rich old man and settle down with him. Maybe that they have a plan, but
well,
there has to be a better way, man. There got to be a better way. I just don't feel that the way we're going as society is in the right directory for our survival, and I just want to get out. What say you?
I say I agree with you totally. We both have that understanding. Part of a very huge problem is that a lot of women like it that way. And the reason why they like it that way, because they like the power.
Okay.
They like the power. They like to have that power. Some of them like to have that power over the man, and they don't want a man to have a mind to think. They want the man to provide the money, but they like to run the show. And we have a lot of that going on. Right? It's about power and about being in a position. They even teach this in college. My daughter told me she's in college now, but right before she got there, we had talks about what she's learning in high school, and she said, "Dad, I'm a feminist." I said, "What do you mean?"
And I think we have a new person. I think a Christian. Can you, peace, brother. Can you please show us some light, and we could take a better look at you? Can you give us your name? I think the audio is rendering. I think you in your car. And I think you're good. Just say hello real quick. See if we can hear you. Peace, brother. Can we hear us? Can you hear us? We cannot hear you. We could barely see you, but I think I see a nose, a pair of eyes, but I cannot hear you. Maybe try to call back. Keep trying. Unmute yourself on your end. There you go. We see some light over here. Okay, I see some light, and but I don't know. Okay, your audio is rendering again. Let me give it. Let's see if that works again. If let it run for a little bit, and I think audio is good. Can we hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We cannot hear you. All right. Keep trying. Something with your audio. You got to unmute your stuff on your end. I don't know if you got to, it says no sound on your end. All right, brother. So I'm going to put you back on the waiting room. Okay. And then just keep trying. Just keep trying. Okay. Just keep trying. All right. But you were saying, brother.
Yeah, I was saying that they're teaching, even in our educational systems, they're teaching the young women, especially the minorities, that they're teaching more of how women were oppressed. They're teaching the feminist movement more than ever before in our educational systems. They're also teaching that the black man is the weakest link. This is the stuff that they're teaching in school, in our high schools and in our colleges.
So they're teaching that men are the weakest link.
They're teaching that African American men and minority men are the weakest link, and that they are holding them back. This is what they teach in school.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. And I had talked about. I said, baby, I'm an African American man. I said, I know I look different, but you know who I am. And she said, well, I'm not you. I'm not talking about you, daddy. And I was like, are you serious? So I had to have a long talk with her. I said, yeah, because I'm paying you. I'm taking care of this tuition now, and you're gonna have to listen to me. So she understands that she's a little older now, but they're gearing them up for that. They're gearing them up for the commercials.
They just hate that masculine energy, man, and the best.
They want to have the masculine energy.
Yeah.
They want role reversal.
Yeah, and I think we have a new, Factory or Victory. Can't pronounce that name. Let's see if I can bring them in. We lost them. Okay, no, we got nothing. If you could put on your camera, put on your camera so we could see you. If you could put on your camera, that'd be great. And unmute your phone on your end.
Hello?
Peace. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Abdul Karim Anouti. I'm from Lebanon.
Lebanon. Okay.
Yeah,
so thanks.
Do you know this country?
Yes, I know Lebanon. Yes. So you're calling for Lebanon. Thanks for for supporting the show. So what you got to add to this conversation? What do you think is going on? Do you think
I want to say that this is an organized attack from the Matrix to stop Andrew Tate.
Okay. So you think the Illuminati, the deep state, they're coming for him?
Yes, it's always the deep state. It's always these motherfuckers who are trying to stop important people who reached high levels.
And how can we help Andrew Tate? How can we change this around?
Spread awareness. We have to spread awareness.
Spread awareness. And that's that.
Feminism is a disease for society.
Yeah.
Also here in Lebanon, they're trying to spread that in schools.
And I think they are waking up a sleeping giant. I think that they are, because if they leave Andrew Tate alone and guys like Andrew Tate in the male stratosphere, shout out, thank you for that donation, brother Ami Design Studios. Shout out, thank you. If they leave these guys alone, they'll eventually go away, right? I would think, right?
If they will always force them, they will always fight back.
Right.
They're always trying to cancel them.
And I think we got Christian. Let me see if I could bring him back. Brother Christian, I'm trying to bring you back on. Try to unmute your phone and also put on your camera so we could take a quick look at you, see who's calling. So,
Me?
brother, so in Lebanon, how old are you, if you don't mind asking, young man?
I'm 18. I'm 18.
18?
18.
Okay,
I'm legal.
Okay, and what's your name? I want to make sure.
Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim.
Look,
Call me
Adib-
Karim if you want.
Adib
Call me
Khalid.
Karim.
Okay, Christian?
Call me Karim. That's the source name.
Christian,
Yeah,
okay.
this is Christian. Can you hear me?
Okay, Christian, I think we see you. We hear you now, but can we see you? Can you put your camera on?
Okay, here we go. No, I'm in my truck. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
I was having a hard time getting into work.
Okay. Wait. Let me do this. Oops. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what, Christian? What you got to add to this conversation? What do you think is going on? You think they're setting him up? You think they is it maybe some, maybe this is a celebrity, attempt of him continue. Maybe it's a setup. Maybe he's behind all this, or maybe they're setting him up. Maybe some girl, some ex-girlfriend, maybe some, my understanding is, I don't know. I thought that he's no longer doing the webcam services with the women anymore. I thought that was gone. But if he's still doing that, should he still be doing that? Do we want a leader that is still engaging in that type of behavior? That's a question. I'm asking as a Christian, as a man of God, I believe in God. I'm not a perfect man. I'm not, but I do we want, if he's still doing that, I don't think that's a good look for him. What say you?
True. I mean, I think they're after for what he stands for. Like the whole, I guess the rebirth of man, like man standing back up. Because as it's crazy, because like a year ago, I didn't really have those open eyes like that I do now. I didn't realize that we're really like the majority of men, we're all pussified. Like we are pretty much born and raised to be feminized. And it's crazy because like I love Disney. I grew up with Disney just like any 90s era kid.
Right.
And seeing now how I turned up as a person, I became a very emotional, very weak man. I suffered through a very tough breakup because the girl didn't have no respect for me.
You were saying, Kristen? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like the girl that I was with, she didn't have no respect for me. I was trying to do everything that I learned from the Disney movies that, be that Prince Charming, treat her good. And at the end of the day, I just got, she left me. She left me and left me for another guy. And it left me really destroyed.
And I want to talk about that. Wait, hold on 2 seconds. I got a caller, 970. You're on the air. 970, you're on the air. What you got to add to this conversation?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, this is Parab from Colorado. I just wanted to kind of see what's going on here, but I had a couple opinions on the stuff that's going on.
Okay.
So I think with the whole Andrew Tate thing, a lot of things from Logan's side's getting blocked too, I think just by media. A lot of the media is not covering Logan's end of his scandal with the whole crypto thing going on. So a lot of it is being pushed towards Andrew Tate. And if you guys didn't hear about it either, Kanye's been missing for a couple days too. So, a lot of the stuff is just kind of odd right now. So I don't know if it's a conspiracy or anything, but the way that the media has just been kind of turning everything around on these guys has just been kind of insane.
Yeah, but if you would have told me that being a heterosexual male would be such a, talking about guys be guys, chicks be chicks, guys do some exercise, work out, be an alpha male, be strong, fit, man will be so dangerous. In a million years, I would never have thought that's like a reality. That would be like a danger, right? You understand? And what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a lot of young brothers here, even going as far as Lebanon, who is looking up to Andrew Tate, who is saying, I want to be like Andrew Tate. I want to better myself. Because what's the message? Is he saying? What is the message? I want to be, get on your game, man. Stop being pussy whipped by these women, man. Learn your purpose, right?
And
100%.
I think it's a new generation of men. There's a lot of us guys we don't have a lot of people to look up to and stuff, man. A lot of these girls have such influencers and stuff out in this world that, no matter what this guy says, at the end of the day, no one should be censored like this in any term. You know what I mean? Nobody should be getting canceled left and right. Hypocrites like Logan Paul, when they're talking about Andrew Tate and this, he should look at the shit that he did.
Yeah.
Logan Paul isn't really much of a innocent guy either, but look at the media. All eyes aren't on him. So I think a lot of the media right now doesn't like the way that he is portraying himself, I guess, in general. But I think people need to learn that no matter what this guy says, it's not about what he says. It's about the censorship thing. People are getting shot down left and right. Your YouTube channel may go down tomorrow. You don't know. What's
the funny thing?
And millionaires.
What's the funny thing? This is actually my second channel. The first channel I had got taken down by, there was a show that I did called it was kind of funny when they took down Andrew Tate from social media. It said they took down Tate if I'm next, question mark. And that was my last channel. I had to restart my new channel. I actually have to get a backup channel. I got it Rumble. I could probably go there. But you're right. It's like there's this energy in the room, in the air, that you can't speak your mind about, like, basic stuff. Like, young men, get on your game, get on your grind. And I tell every young man, and I'm glad a lot of brothers are calling from from around the world, young people, and I appreciate you guys calling in.
This is a target against men. It's a target against us men,
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is the scary. Men coming together in a safe space, say, hey, listen, we've been duped by the system. And what is this system? Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking as an American. I know we got brothers from,
I'm an American also, and I see that. And we're not free, man. We're not free.
Yeah, that's why I encourage every brother, every man, don't get legally married to no American woman.
That's another thing. I used to believe in that idea of getting married. Now it's just like, I'm terrified.
No, listen. If a woman wants to, I've been with my woman for 30 years, close to 30 years, 26 years. I'm 50 years old.
It's a long
we don't have any marriage papers. We don't have nothing in writing. Now we got certain things, life insurance, to make sure our daughter's okay, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But I never got a legal paper and went to a man, tell us, okay, now I declare you husband and wife. That's not what I do. We didn't do that. And we have a verbal agreement. I declare her as my wife. She declared me as a husband, and we've been together. And I'm not against marriage. I'm against the legalization of marriage, because the legalization of marriage handicaps men. If you get married in a state, that's why I tell brothers, either if you're going to get legally married, you shouldn't do it, but if you're going to do it, get a prenup. Get a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Have a conversation.
They don't realize that type of stuff, man, because when you get into marriage and stuff like that, buddy, it's not 50-50 like you think. You know what I mean? It's more of a 20-80.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
the American
that's what sucks, because like, I guess you could say, like, a lot of people from, like, the 90s generation that are, now, like, we're all 30 or whatever, so we're at that age to get married.
Yeah.
I guess you could say most of us, we all come from single parent, homes, because, our parents divorced. So, us guys, we try to avoid being like our dads to be a good guy. And then that just completely doesn't work. It doesn't work because.
Okay, guys, listen. Let me give you the cheat code. Let me give you the cheat code in life. 50 years old, been around off the block. Okay. It's not being the bad boy, because sometimes people get caught up like, oh, girls like the bad boys. It's not necessarily being the bad boy. Is being confident. And what brought me confidence as a young man when I was 20 years old, trying to find my life? I was fortunate enough to find martial arts. And I began to compete in even an amateur level and also in the pro level. But even in the amateur level, when you're trying to avoid a full kick coming to your face, right? And you know how that feels like? You know how a punch feels like in your face, and how to block it, and how the impact of that. You getting rejected by a female in a bar or what have you, it's not gonna be as detrimental. And I think what it is that brothers, you should start learning how to put yourself in uncomfortable position. Whatever you're afraid of, whatever it makes you uncomfortable, get comfortable in that environment. For me, I was afraid to fight, so I put myself in a position that I had to fight. Shout out to Professor Ernest Hyman. You know, I started learning, martial arts, Japanese Goju. Then I went into Thai boxing. Then I went to jiu-jitsu. Then MMA. But that was my journey. I don't know what made me your journey, but break your fear, whatever you're afraid of. And you have to feel this, guys. You gotta feel this. If you die without feeling this, you're missing the point. You have to feel that your heart is about to blow out of your chest, meaning you have to feel that fight or flight thing, whatever that makes you feel. You don't know how to swim, throw yourself in the water, make yourself afraid.
Yeah.
It will make you stronger, guys. And it will change your whole way of thinking. Because the problem with America and the American culture, and I don't know how is it over there in Lebanon. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what's your experience in the Middle East. Do you feel that men are being feminized even in the Middle East, or you believe that this is only an American problem? What say you?
No, this phenomenon is getting like worldwide. It's not only in America.
Interesting. So it's affecting your community. So how is it affecting your community?
They are trying to spread this agenda in Lebanon. So they're trying to tell the kids that women can don't need a man. You can be gay. You can all this stuff.
Yeah.
They're spreading this.
Sucks. That sucks.
Even in Lebanon. Even in Lebanon. Interesting. Why they do this? What did it?
In my school,
scary.
they are ashamed from me because I'm homophobic.
And what does that mean, homophobic? What does that mean? That
I don't like gays. I don't support them.
Okay. And let me say,
don't support the right. I'm not supposed to support them.
And let me say this, guys. We have to maybe start. Let me say this. We have to start maybe using. And I'm with you. I'm a Christian. I believe homosexuality is a sin in the eyes of God.
Yeah.
Right?
Same. I'm a Muslim.
Right? Yeah. Right. And you're a Muslim, right? So I think, but us just saying, well, I don't like gays, right? I think we have to start choosing our words wiser. And I know what you mean, young man. I understand what you're saying. But we got to say it's against my religion. I support
against my beliefs.
It's my belief. Now. They have the right to exist.
I advised them to change.
Yeah,
But let me say
this. They have the right to exist. I don't believe we should be killing homosexuals. I don't believe that we should be hanging them.
I'm not saying kill homosexuals. I'm saying advise them to return to their normal state.
And I agree with you. However, though, we have to start thinking as or treating ourselves as Noahs, spiritual Noahs, meaning we can't save the world.
Yeah.
We have to just create.
We have to say something that
we have to create.
We can try.
We have to create a system that will save as much people as possible. Your wolf pack, your community, your church.
Can I put my
let me
put my 2 cents in real quick?
Yeah, I want to hear your 2 cents. Let me finish my thought real quick.
Yeah, so
but let me finish. Let me finish my thought, and I want to let you in. So what I'm saying is, we have to understand the gays are gonna be here. These freaks are gonna be here. Unfortunately,
sadly,
it's sad. We have to now start separating ourselves and creating the resources,
secure ourselves
and our families. Society. From this collapse society. Yes, caller, you want to add to that? Bring your 2 cents. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so I just want to, and thanks for having me on your call too. I think we all live in the 21st century. We are at a time now that everything has changed. Men change, females change, the way people think has changed. And I think people being people is fine. You have a way that you live, but like this gentleman was saying, I think there's no point in bringing cultures or bringing religions or people trying to push their agendas. 4, 3, 5-year-old children shouldn't be hearing about, transgender people. They should be in schools reading books, stuff like that. We shouldn't be having kids listening to about being gay. They don't even know the terms of being gay or bi or trans, whatever the case may be.
And
So
that's why
we're in the 21st century, and we're in the 21st century, and unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do will change it. There's just certain things that we can all agree on to put boundaries on, stuff like the culture thing, the religion, the kids. People in the other communities don't understand that it's not about us accepting them or not accepting them. It's about them respecting that we also have cultures and beliefs and things like that.
Right.
They shouldn't be forcing their agendas on us and our kids. And, I don't like hearing my nephews and my nieces going to school and kids talking about gays and this and that. I'm like, you guys are like, 7, 8, 9 years old.
You're supposed to study about this.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about Disney, because Disney also normalizes it. Like, they'll put in a cartoon or an animated. That's why I caught that. I was like, what is this Disney?
Movie.
How can you do this?
Okay, guys, so let's talk about solutions, right? Because I like to talk about solutions. I like to, we could complain about the gays and look at these transgender in schools, which is all true, and we have to also make aware, because a lot of parents don't know what's going on in schools, right? They probably just send to school that, and not knowing, right? So we do have to, sound the trumpet. But let's talk about solutions, because I'm a big believer in homeschooling. There's a huge homeschooling community in America that understands that the best people to teach your children is the parents. And I think we have to start getting ready and prepare for the next generation. Like these young men that are calling the show now, they're soon going to be fathers, right? And or at least one day want to be fathers. We have to start. So now you have to start thinking much more than just simply, okay, I have to, get a job, get educated, or get a job. I have to learn. I have to not only think about how I'm going to support my family, but also how I'm going to educate my children. Because before it was more just simply I send them to school for the education. That was a given, but that's no longer a given, because you may be be taught by Bozo the transgender clown, right? It's one of those things, right? So we have to now start talking about solution, fighting fire with fire, and coming up with solutions and get in front of this, right? Because when many people come together and create a network of saying, you know what, this is coming down the pipe. Hey, listen, it's a pothole. Watch out for that pothole. And we start looking out for each other and networking. Like, for instance, what I'm doing, I'm starting this organization called Man Going God's Way. And basically, it's going to be several principles that we're going to be living on. And part of it is you have to believe in God. You have to aim to have a six-figure salary in your home, in your household, combined between you or your wife or yourself. You have to do charity or some good in the community. You have to believe in the structure of polygamy, meaning multiple wives, whether you want to practice it or not. I think that's essential, because I think it's going to come a time that good men are gonna be hard to find. Many men are going to die in the war. So a lot of women are going to be looking for good men, and we have to start preparing ourselves to be those strong, good men. And so for so on, I specifically saying I'm taking my direction from, and there's a verse in the Bible in Isaiah chapter 4, when it says that in that day 7 women would take hold on one man, and said we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by your name. So I do believe we have to start, get physically strong, mentally strong, spiritually grounded, whatever your religion may be, spiritually grounded. Get your wolf pack. What is your wolf pack? That is your crew that you're gonna ride and die with. That's your family. That's your friends. That's the guys that are thinking like you, one accord, and you are moving in stealth. And that's what the organization is all about. And if anybody who's interested, please send them an email. Send me an email at IAMFITPodcast@gmail.com. IAMFITPodcast@gmail.com. So, brothers, man, I want to thank you guys for sharing and expressing your thoughts on this. I want to kind of go around the panel real quick before we end the show. Any last words? I want to hear solutions, what ideas we could do, and ideas that come to mind, and maybe we could discuss it on the next show. We could start with Brother Alexander.
Yes. Well, I just want to say that as a man, and we're all men, we're created naturally to be stronger. We're created naturally to lift heavy things, do manly things, protect, and so on. And we should exercise our manhood. We should exercise, like you said, being in shape. You gotta learn how to defend and everything else, and get with like-minded people. Because it's when you attack the man of the earth, you're attacking the defense. Something out there wants men to be weak, so they can come so we can't defend. This is our planet. This is our earth. This earth was created for us, whether some people may understand it or not, and we have to be able to defend, especially our women and children. If we see that this is going on, and we have the complaints of the people in their mind that think they are something else, you can't really be in your right mind thinking that you're something else.
Yeah.
Even to go as far as changing yourself, that's a self-hatred. And that's also insecurity. Another thing is you're gonna have to learn how to talk to people. If you engage, if you in a situation, you got to know how to talk to people that are in that kind of mind, because somewhere deep inside, how far the rabbit hole may go, security, and you have to be wise enough to ask certain questions, like, if it comes to a conversation and they're going, what's wrong with you, brother? Why did you do this to yourself? Oh, what happened? Because something happened. And either they seen something, but you gotta, the first thing, if you want to help them, or stay away from them, whatever, but the first thing is to get them to acknowledge that something happened. Something happened. And women, men, we're talking about men, but honestly, women are under attack too, with the same situations. But men are heavily attacked because, like I said, we are the defense. And when this plays out, a lot of people, there's going to have to be a lot of women to one man. And when that time comes, I'll see where I'm at, but you're going to have to be able to defend the women in your family and the women that you are married to, because some men might lose it. It might be a shortage of good men.
Right. And we have to start preparing or getting women ready for that day, mentally and spiritually. Well, thank you, Brother Alexander, for being on the show and sharing. When can people find you? If you're in any social media, anything you do in particular?
Right now, I mess with social media. I just put up pictures, or I might do a little put up shows or places that I traveled. I'm a sailor. I sail around the world for a living. Right now, I'm on standstill for injury, but I'll soon will have a social media up on maybe TikTok. Yeah, I got one up there. I got something what do you call it, IG, but I'm 41. I'm grafting into this social media thing myself.
I'm 50. I'm trying to catch up with these young kids. Well, thank you, brother, for sharing and supporting the show, brother. I appreciate you. Come join us anytime.
Okay, thank you.
All right, peace.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, so there it is, Brother Chris. So, brother from Iran, give me your name one more time and give us your last words. What do you think about solution? What we need to do to turn this thing around? Give me some solutions.
You're talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The solution is to bring religion back.
Okay. Spirituality, religion back. Okay, yes. I like that. Yeah, because I think
after the society became godless, the society collapsed.
Yeah. Because I think it is a battle between religious people and atheist people.
Yes, I have 2 atheists in my class.
Yeah. And this is the danger. This is the danger when atheist ideology run amok. Yeah, absolutely.
The problem is they try to force you to believe in their beliefs. I didn't force them to believe in my beliefs. I just told them that God exists.
Yeah. Well, thank you, brother, for your support. Thank you for calling all the way from Lebanon.
Yes.
I appreciate you, man, for supporting the show and come by anytime. Peace and blessings.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. There
it was a pleasure.
Thank you. There you go, brother from Lebanon. So, brother Christian, what you got to add to this conversation? What say you?
Well, yeah, I mean, the best way I feel like it can be fixed. I mean, it's a small process. It's like small little victories here and there.
Okay.
But I feel like number one should be fitness. Work on your fitness, like how Andrew would say.
Okay.
A strong body is a strong mind.
Okay.
So work on that.
Very true.
Try not to settle for a 9-to-5 job, because honestly, like, it's just scraps. It's like you're not gonna survive off that. So try to work on something on the side as well to get that extra income.
Okay.
And have religion on your side as well, and also break away from
let me ask you a question.
Friends.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Okay, and I agree with everything you're saying. How old are you, if you don't mind asking?
I'm 30.
30. Okay. How many push-ups you could do right now? I'm not gonna make you do it, but how many push-ups you think you could do right now, brother? The age of 30.
Top 20.
20? Okay. So I'm
But that's it. With 120, I'm done.
Okay. So this is what I wanted to do, because I'm gonna be relaunching a challenge. It's called the 7-minute challenge, right? And you'll be getting a free T-shirt, IAMFIT T-shirt. You got to earn this T-shirt. I'm gonna relaunch that around the springtime. And basically, the challenge is 100 squats. Right? You got 2 minutes to do 100 squats. No weights, just your body, 100 squats. Your leg is going to be burning like nobody's business. Then you rest 30 seconds. Then you do 51 push-ups. You got 2 minutes to do 51 push-ups. You're a man. You can figure that out. Then after that, you rest for 30 seconds, and then you do 20 chin-ups.
Chin-ups. Oh, that's
But you got 1 minute. Right? You got 1 minute to do that. And then, with no rest, you do 1 minute planks. That means you're standing on your knees. You're standing on like a push-up position for 1 minute. And if you do that,
tight in the core.
If you do that, that means you are fairly fit, right? It's or you don't need no weights to do that. You could just do calisthenics just to increase, because you got to get your strength. You have to get your cardio with your legs. 100 squats. How many squats you could do right now under 2 minutes? If I give you 2 minutes, 50, 25, you think after 30, your legs be burning? And that's what I'm talking about. See, and that's what I'm saying. You men have to feel the burn.
That pain.
That pain, because, and you got to learn how to plateau and go beyond, and because that brings you character. You know, fear, pain, struggle. That builds you, man. That builds you. You know,
and that's what I didn't know that at the time. I didn't like when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that because, like I said, I was just in La La Land, and now that my eyes have been open, it's like, yeah, I'm a weak man. I can admit it. I am like one of the weak men, and I want to get stronger.
All right, brother. Listen, I want you to start that challenge. I'm gonna do a video again, and listen. When I first did it, I failed it. I did like 78 squats under 2 minutes. I couldn't do it. I did the push-ups, and I couldn't do the chin-ups. I think I did like 9. It was pathetic. But I kept trying, brother. And that's what we have to start driven. So how many times you hit the gym in a week?
I used to be way more active back then, but like I said, once I got into the relationship.
Yeah, so the answer is
when
no.
I got in a relationship, that messed me up.
Yeah. You got to listen. And maybe that's the reason why, brother, she left you. Let me explain.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit it. That's probably why, because I stopped being the guy that I was when she met me.
Thank you. You fell in love, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you got to fall in love with yourself. You got to be that guy that's going something. If you too much up a butt, she's gonna lose interest, bro. You got to be someone who's doing something. It's about something. That's gonna make you more attractive.
Yeah, see, that's like the what I was going through is I didn't know how to be a man. I was like, what is a man? Like something's like I didn't have nobody to look up to tell me, okay, this is what you got to do.
Okay.
I was just taking it a day at a time, and I'm not gonna lie. When Andrew came into the picture, I'm just like, oh, okay. So I've been living my life wrong, basically. So
okay, but listen,
I was like,
watching Andrew Tate online is good. However, though, you got to take those actions. So when you're gonna get in shape, what's the next exercise? You're gonna join a gym? I want to hear reports from you. I want you to call back next week. It's like, listen, Gabar, I got in the gym. This is what I could do. I did squats. I did this. I'm going jogging every morning. You have to start putting actions. Laziness is a killer, and it's a disease that we have to destroy.
No, and then that's the thing, because I associate myself with lazy people. Like all my friends, all overweight guys, gamers. Love watching the anime. Yeah. So it's like I'm, like just like how Andrew says, you become that fifth person in the group. Yeah. Of what they all do. Yeah. And that's what I am.
Yeah, brother.
So to start fresh, it's like, I had to start a process where I got to start all over again and probably drop them. And
yeah, Papa. Listen, you're 30 years old, Papa. You're 30. You're in that age that you're not 19 anymore. You get what I'm saying? 40 is around the corner, Papa. I'm telling you from experience as a 50-year-old man, times go quick. You're like, damn, I wasted all that time, bro. I wasted all that opportunity to do something positive. And maybe you have to change your environment. Maybe you have to, try something new. What do you like? What are you into? What piques your interest?
That's the thing. I really don't know. Like I'm very undecided. Like I just work, go home. That's it.
Okay, brother. What you got to do is you need accountability. And if you want accountability, do you believe in God?
I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. So,
all right. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you believe there's a God? Do you believe there's a God in heaven? There's some force out there greater than us? Or you think we came from monkeys and goo from evolution?
No, I do
the
believe God. I do.
Okay, so if you're interested, brother, you could give it a try. Send me an email in the IAMFITPodcast at Gmail. I got this organization called Man Going God's Way, but there's standards and there's accountability. Try us out. If it's not us, join an organization, brother. Join an organization that will keep you accountable. A karate school, a martial arts school, whatever it is that will keep you accountable. That you have to show up and be ready, whatever it may be. And sometimes it could just be what is around your neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? but you have to learn discipline. If discipline is not your thing, you have to put yourself in a position. You have to be disciplined. Pay that money, whatever it is, to $200, $150 a month, whatever it is invest. That's the best money you can spend because it's going to teach you discipline. You're going to get in shape. It's going to teach you structure. And I think if you're in a situation you don't have direction, and sometimes young people don't know what direction they want to go and things of that nature. I think you should travel a little bit, engage in other things that is outside your neighborhood, because there may be something that you don't know exists that it may instantly pick your interest, and you may find your calling right there and then. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So
yeah.
explore yourself, man. Explore your horizon, baby, because if you stay still, man, you're 30 years old, the 20s is over. It's time.
And so you don't think at 30 it's not too late to start over again?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is it's time for you okay, you're 20, you played around, you had some girlfriends, you hanged around, played some video games, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the 20s are over now. Now you're 30. It's time to put in that work. It's time to work, sir. All right, brother?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your wisdom.
Well, thank you, brother. Keep supporting the show. Thank you for your support. And there it is, Brother Christian and all those brothers. I think I had some more brothers on the line. Let me see if I could bring somebody else. I think I had a caller. Brother caller, you still there? I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget.
Oh yeah, man. I was
okay. Okay. So what you got to add? Anything you got to add to the the conversation? What you want to add?
You guys went over quite a bit of stuff. I guess. I think just in general, man, we as guys don't have a lot of people to look up to. A lot of these guys out here without dads or without support. They don't talk about, male feelings either. Unfortunately, a lot of the females get pampered and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of guys hold an emotion and stuff. So, people like Andrew Tate and guys like this, I think is a good thing. Just back to what I was saying with censorship. I hope that one day we can stop completely throwing people out of the circle just because they said something on YouTube or whatever the case may be.
Right.
That type of stuff is rough, especially if this podcast is just today's anyway, is just about Andrew Tate. I feel like, this guy is not the best influence for kids and stuff like that. But, look at the things we have going on with Balenciaga and, all these crazy businesses even that's producing crazy shit that that's not over world news, and, why they're doing this for children's clothing and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I think Andrew Tate is somewhat of a good influence still for guys because, at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of females, they get more emotional support than guys do. And it's one of those things where I think just us men need to realize that, we have feelings too. It's not just about our families, our kids, things like that. We got to watch out for today's world too. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So it's a good thing that you guys got influencers like this trying to tell you, go make money, man. You don't want to slave around all day at a 9-to-5 job making $12 an hour for some asshole that's never going to see the daylight of where you live or what you go through. So I think influence like this is good. It's one of those things that people need to realize that in today's world, it's a good thing, for guys. We don't have much to look forward to in a day other than coming home, being bitched at by our wives or, going through and having 2 hours to ourselves playing a damn game or something. A lot of guys don't have outside life, man.
Well, let me ask you a question. And
they're stuck in a cycle. So.
I got a 3 parts a question. Are you married, single? How old are you? And do you have what I call your wolf pack? men that you could talk to and actually hang out with, not online buddies. We're talking about actual wolf pack, the guys that think like you, have the same point of view. Do you have that? Have you found that?
Man, I'm 27 years old. I was not originally from the U.S., but I actually moved here when I was 9, so my accent got nice and, fluid like over the years and stuff too. But I met a lot of great friends here. One particular one that, is like a brother, and honestly, I think every person probably has that in their lives, either a brother or someone sometimes they can look up to. But like we were saying, not a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
But no, I have one particular friend. Yeah, I've known him for, maybe 16, 15 years now. So.
Well, I'm going to do a show about a wolf pack because each man should at least have 4 to 3 men that he could call that will ride and die for him, and he will do the same for them. I think men need to go back to that. And part of my, mission is to create the vehicle for men to find a wolf pack. Every circle, any inner circle, and we could go into that on the show. You have to have different personalities. You got the A personality, you got the technical, you got the person who's the relationship person who is the lighter party. You got the guy who works behind the scene. You need a wolf pack in your life, and you got to find out where you fit in your wolf pack. You may not be the leader. You may be the guy who is the support. You may be the guy who is the technical, advisor. You may be the old wise man who gives you the young leader advice. You gotta find your clique and your purpose. And if you don't see a purpose or organization that is of your liking, start one. You should either be part of an organization or start an organization, my personal opinion. Any last word, caller, you want to add before we continue? And I see Brother Roshiski. I'm seeing, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, on Zoom there, your audio, I'm trying to unmute your audio, and your audio is still rendering, so I can see it once it's good. Caller, any last statement before we go to the next call?
Yeah, man, last words. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Thanks for having me on the show, and empower each other as guys. And
let me ask you a question before
look up to people like that.
I asked Christian the same question. How many pitches you could do right now? I'm not going to ask you to do it, but if you know right now you have to do push-ups until failure, how much can you do right now?
In one sitting, probably 45, 50, maybe.
Pretty good. Yeah, I say 50 should be the standard. Every man should be able to drop and do 50 in one shot. Doesn't matter how old you are. My personal opinion, but that's my personal opinion.
Anyway, free Andrew Tate. I hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for letting me on the show, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hear you.
Be well. Okay, brother. Let's see if I could. I think we have your audio. Can we hear?
I'm in.
Peace, brother. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Poland.
Poland.
Euro, Poland.
Poland. Good Lord, I'm an international
Central Europe. God, Christian Europe.
Little old me from the Bronx, hanging out with Poland.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, thank you. So what do you think? You think they're setting him up? Do you think this is a movement? What's going on? They're attacking manhood. What's going on here?
I'm really pissed off about M.G.G.W. Tate. They cancel him. That grinds my gear really hard. I mean, I'm a military man. That's why I'm covered.
I understand.
I don't want to be political and shit.
Yeah. But so do you think that this is I'm in America. Do you think that this is also affecting in Poland? Do you see the feminization of men? Do you see that's affecting you guys over there too? In what way is it affecting them?
I've been in the U.S. I have a sister in there. She migrated. She's doing great.
Okay.
But I've been there. I saw shit that I wouldn't my mind wouldn't comprehend.
Okay.
I mean, in the past, I got my brother-in-law. My sister's husband was born there.
Okay.
He's nearly American, and he migrated back to Poland. All I have to say, it's failed society, bro. It's failing. If you don't get your shit back up, it will fail. We got some shit going in here with the Ukraine conflict. It's tough. It's tough for a young man.
And Ukraine,
the military age. I'm about to quit the military myself.
Okay.
It's tough. It's tough for a man in this age.
Do your friend? How old are you? If you know my accent. How old
Can
are
you
you?
hear you? Can you repeat?
Yeah. How old are you? If you don't mind asking.
Can't fucking hear
Can you hear
anything.
me? Can you hear me? Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Okay, can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we're
we
good.
good,
We're
we
good.
good.
Yeah. How old are you? If you don't mind asking.
I'm 30.
30. So
Going 31.
do you feel alone? Do you feel that the only people that think like you are online, or you have friends that are?
No, I was born. I'm blessed because I got pretty strong family going.
Okay.
I got two brothers that got my back. That's my pack.
Okay.
I'm pretty strongly rooted in this land.
Okay.
Any advice I can give you?
Yes. What solutions?
America,
What solutions you think we need?
America, I don't know about solutions. I don't feel like I can give you some advices, but America is a beautiful place in roots. But don't get this screwed up. Fight for yourself. Fight for Andrew Tate. Yeah, that pretty much.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for
That's
all
it.
the way from Poland, man. Appreciate you, man. Are you
Straight from Poland.
Do you have any social media, anything you want to promote?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I'm not that kind of guy. Family, God, honor, and homeland.
Well,
That's my message.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for supporting the show. Yes, that's free Andrew
Thank you.
Tate. Let's
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, but listen, man. You're 30. You're the next generation, man. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I'm strong.
Yeah,
I'm pretty confident with myself.
you understand, and we need young men like yourself, the 30-year-old and the 20-year-old, to say, you know what, we're gonna be men, we're gonna be strong fathers, we're gonna be strong husbands, we're gonna be strong community leaders. We're masculine and we ain't going nowhere. So we need you guys to continue continue that glory, continue that message, because
prevail, strong men prevail. Get your female right. That's my message.
Well, thank you, brothers, for supporting. Thank you for all the way from Poland.
God, honor, and homeland. Remember. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and blessings. All the way from Poland, brother. He is. It is live. It is live. We are live. All praises, all praises, all praises. So let's see here. Let me see. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay, hold on 2 seconds, folks. Okay, perfect. All right. So I think, let me see here. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I think it's like this, man. Hold on 2 seconds. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys all the way from, it's like, I know that I'm like an international show over here. I'm like next level over here. So thank you guys for supporting the show, man. But it is, and you know what it is, man? I did not understand this until a few years back. I know I talk about, leaders that, ideas are bulletproof, and we should not man worship and all that, and we should focus on an idea. And I think an idea is bulletproof. An idea is, you can't dethrone an idea, because an idea is bulletproof. Once you could destroy a man, you could kill a man, but you cannot destroy an idea, a movement. But I think we're gonna be in a scenario that we have to be willing to die. But the fear, right, comes from, I may die, I may not. And sometimes that cripples you. That sometimes that puts you in a position that of being tactful or want to be tactful. Sometimes you want to fight. See, and I'm speaking with Brother Trent earlier. He said we got to be tactful, and I think you're right. I think he's right in certain situations. We do have to be tactful, and we can't just simply go out there and, let me see here. Hold on 2 seconds, folks. Okay. We can't just simply just be foolish in our approach in certain things. We have to start doing something. And I think that something is starting small. Like, for instance, the brothers that I spoke to today, I hope you're starting those push-ups first thing in the morning. I hope you start, if your friends are the problem, maybe you have to change your friends. Maybe you have to change your neighborhood. Maybe you have to change your environment. Maybe you're with the wrong girlfriend that's putting you down. Maybe she's holding you back. You're too much into her. You women worship. I don't know the answer, brother, but listen, it's time to get tough. Stop with the bitching. Stop with the complaining. You got to start doing something. Love you guys. See you next week. May the Most High bless you and keep you. Shalom.